A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to East High School in Wichita, Kansas for our season finale. The Grizzlies here for a doubleheader against the East High Blue Aces, and quite frankly, this is for all the marbles. The winner will have at least a share of the City League title. If East wins, they will share it with Carroll, and if Northwest wins, we win it outright. So the object, obviously, is to win the game and the title here at East High against the Blue Aces this afternoon. A very windy and cold day here in Wichita. We haven't said that all season. The temperature a balmy 48 degrees, the wind out of the north at 20 miles an hour, making the wind chill down into the low 30s. It's going to be a great day for soccer here. The varsity game will kick off first at 3:30 Central Time. And with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and send it to Austin Clifton and the pregame show. So stay with us. A great afternoon of soccer here. In 2 minutes, you're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is the McCurdy Real Estate at Auction Varsity Pregame Show. Coach Austin Clifton reviews the last varsity game and takes a look at today's upcoming contests. Sponsored by McCurdy Real Estate at Auction. Real estate, but better. And now, let's join Coach Clifton with Kevin Arkin.
Very pleasant good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to East High for the final regular season game of the season. This is the McCurdy Real Estate and Auction pregame show. Real estate, but better. Always sponsored by McCurdy Auction. We're going to visit with Coach, first of all, about we'll talk a little bit about last week, and I know that you're a little disappointed about the results from last week.
Yeah, it's disappointing in different ways. You know, we tie Manhattan on Tuesday, which I thought we deserved to win if we played the way that we could, but we didn't. And then, you know, you get to Thursday, and I thought we played really well. Just didn't finish a few chances, and they finished theirs, and we lose. So wasn't nearly as upset as I was Thursday compared to Tuesday. You know, it's crazy how you can perform well and still not get a result, and then sometimes you don't perform well at all and you get a tie. So, you know, I thought if we can carry on how we played on Thursday, we'll be all right. We just got to keep grinding. You know, we got a tough one today against East, and hopefully we can play like we did Thursday and maybe even a little bit better and finish some chances.
And, of course, this is a big game for several reasons. First of all, it's for all the marbles in the City League. If we win today, we are the outright champions of the City League, and I know that's very important to you and to the boys as well. But also, this game is kind of like the springboard for the playoffs, and you sure want to go into the playoffs on a winning note.
Yeah, so, you know, we've had a tough end of the season playing Manhattan, Mays, so this is another game to prepare us for the postseason. East is always a good program and fighting for City League and have a winning record going into the regionals and the playoffs, so, you know, it's an important game for us, and I don't think it'd be the end of the world if we didn't win City League, but I just think the kids deserve it. We've played so well this season and turning things around, and you know, the kids buying in and playing the right way, but you know, we'd have a little sour taste in our mouth, but we can't it's kind of a negative mindset to look at it that way, where this is, lose and everything's lost, when, there's still so much more to play for, where we could make a run in the playoffs. We could, make a deep run with the postseason. We've played a lot of the teams that we could face. So it's a big game, but we've kind of had that with Bishop Carroll a couple weeks ago, playing what we thought was possibly to clinch it, and it didn't happen. But so hopefully we use that as that experience to help us, and we'll be ready to go today.
And just to put things in perspective, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, but assuming the worst-case scenario for today, the worst you can be is 10-4-1, and that's a mighty good regular season.
Yeah, and we try to remind the kids that every day, that I think ever since we lost that Bishop Carroll game, we've kind of got down a little bit, not playing our best, and, the kids are kind of beating themselves up, and you got to remind them that, one, we still have everything to play for today, and it's not over, but also just the progress we've made in 3 years. A lot of these kids have been here for 2 to 3 years, and they've been a part of it, and they've seen, it's not fun when you're not winning as many games, but if you work hard and you buy in and, you do things the right way, anything's possible. And, we've played the same schedule that we always play, and we've got 10 wins. So it's been a successful season, but, it'd really feel like a cherry on top if we could get a result today and be City League champs. It's been a long time since we've done that, so I'm excited.
And besides being City League champs, this game, again, would give you a great springboard for the playoff run, which will begin next week, as you're playing a tough team, the third tough game in a row, as you mentioned. And to come out of it 1-1-1 in that 3-game stretch is certainly not anything to be concerned about.
No, not at all. And this is also a big game for our regional standings. We've kind of dropped a little bit with the results lately. Still sitting in 6th, I think, right now. But if we were to win, we would jump east. We would have the same record as them, and we would beat them head-to-head. And then also I think Topeka's they play Washburn Rule today as well, and that'd be a tough one for them to win. So if they drop that, then we would jump them as well. So we could get right back up into 4th or 3rd, or we'll probably end up staying at 6 or 7.
Okay, and 6 or 7, that'll give us one home game. Does it give us 2 or no?
We would just play 1. 6 seed would then play, I think, the 11 seed, or if they got upset, whoever they played, and then the 7 seed plays the 10, and then we would play the 3rd and the 2nd seed after that at their place.
Okay. Well, first things first, though, you got to take care of business today, and I know that Trent McMeekin was out for the Mays game with an injury. And what's his status?
Hoping he's back today. He had a little bit of a foot problem. I think he got stepped on in the Manhattan match last Tuesday, and he went and got an X-ray, I think, and it came back negative, so that was good. So it was just a pain tolerance thing, and kind of didn't want to push it too hard and lose him for the rest of the season, so we sat him out against Mays. We definitely missed him, and so hopefully we have him back today, and our back line is solidified. But other than that, everybody else is healthy, ready to go. It's just braving the temperature and getting ready to go and getting a good mentality.
And we're talking about braving the temperature, folks, in the negative direction. We've been complaining about 95-degree heat all season, and we had a hard freeze here, or we're scheduled to have a hard freeze tomorrow morning. So it's going to be cold for this game, and nobody's used to it, but it's the same temperature for both teams.
Yeah, it's tough with the weather, and I always liked playing in cold weather better. But 3:30 kickoff is different, but we did it at North, so hopefully we have that under our belts. And it's just going to be who wants it more tonight. So I'm excited and hope the boys are ready to go.
Okay, best of luck to you today against East. And regardless of the outcome today, we'll look forward to a visit before our first playoff game, which I would project to be on Tuesday.
Yep. Tuesday for sure, no matter what.
Okay. Head coach Austin Clifton on our pregame show, sponsored as always by McCurdy Real Estate and Auction. Real estate, but better. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of today's game against the East High Blue Aces. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
I'm ready. Me too.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Whole marketing campaign
this property and sold right to me.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is it.
When I was a child, we'd go to the original Credit Union of America on Ellis Street, and they'd always give me a red lollipop.
My car needed repairs, and my mechanic delivered the news that it was going to cost quite a bit more than I had planned for.
I love my job as a teacher, but it can be tough. Recently, I received a box filled with classroom supplies from Credit Union of America.
It all started with the lollipop.
It all started with a box of school supplies.
It started with a personal loan, but today,
Credit Union of America
is so much more to me.
Where will you start? Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Fleeson, Gooing, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now at their new location at 3636 North Ridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jan Shoemaker families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product or promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest Soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Todd Elfin, for the intro, and welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to East High School here in Wichita on a cold, blustery, but clear sky afternoon. There's not a cloud in the sky. It is sunny, but boy, is it cold. The wind just went through all of us here today. It's going to be a north wind, which means the wind will be blowing on the field from right to left, and the wind's blowing between 15 and 25 miles an hour. So it's going to be a windy day. The wind once again will affect play. Glad to have you on board, joined by our executive producer, Aiden Folds, and April Isbell, and of course Sussana Ontiveros will be along here shortly. Grizzlies, real simple, it's win time. They come into the game 10-4-1 on the season, and that's a great record. They've had a great season, but they also come in with their longest losing streak or non-winning streak of the season, as they did not win either game last week. They tied Manhattan and then lost at Mays 3-2 on Thursday night after tying Manhattan at 1 in a game that Coach Clifton was a little disappointed in the latter stages of the game at the complacency shown by the team. Okay, we're not going to lose, so let's lay back. And that's what they did instead of aggressively going for that game-winning goal against Manhattan. Speaking of Manhattan, we'll mention it now. This Friday, first of all, there's no soccer game Thursday. This is it. This is the final regular season game. They will start playoffs next week. On Friday night, YouTube, the Northwest YouTube channel, will join forces again with 92.3 FM, ESPN Wichita. We will be in Manhattan for the football game between the Grizzlies and the Indians. Manhattan, at last poll, last poll, Manhattan was the number 1 team in the state. Northwest was the number 3 team in the state. That'll be a big game, and it is the season finale for both teams. Playoffs will start the following week, so it has a lot to do with seeding. Grizzlies basically will ensure themselves home field advantage throughout the playoffs if they win on Friday night. So please join us. We will be on radio. If you're listening to us locally on radio, we will be on with the kickoff at 7. The pregame show will not be aired on radio. The pregame show will be aired on YouTube at NWHS Grizz. Just look for football. And that will begin at 6:30. East High has joined the ranks of the schools providing lousy music before their games. This is the first time in the 15 years that I've been doing games from this field that they've had these speakers working at all. And there's plenty of noise throughout. Let's check our time here. Excuse me, Aiden. We're about 10 minutes away. You want to line up that 2-minute ad there for me? We're about 10 minutes away. We're going to come back with the starting lineups for both teams, because we don't know if they're going to be introduced or not at this field. But we'll be back with them. We'll give them to you ourselves after this 2-minute timeout. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
I'm ready.
ready.
Whole marketing campaign on this property and sold right to
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is it.
I'm ready.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to East High. Kevin Arkin, Sussana Ontiveros will join us shortly, along with our producer, engineer Aiden Folds and April Isbell. Let's head and give you the starting lineups for both teams, and we will start with East High, only because I have their forms in front of me here. In goal for East High, number 0, a junior, Jesus Garcia. At forward, Yahir Navarrete. Number 7 is a senior. Number 8, Alex Lumbreras is a senior midfielder. Number 9, Enzo Amaya is a sophomore midfielder. Gail Landeros, number 10, is a senior forward. David Savignon is a sophomore midfielder wearing number 11. Abel Gonzalez, number 12, is a junior defender. Number 15, Misael Barboza is a sophomore defender. 16 is Andrew Cruz Pizarro, a senior midfielder. And number 18, Augustin Au, a senior defender. And finally, number 21, Carlos Luna Reyes is a sophomore defender. Their head coach is Fred Kepp, our good friend. Their assistant coach is Diego Garcia. The managers is Desi Cuellar and Eliza Angel. Now, here's the starting lineup for your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. First of all, no scratches today. Everybody is back healthy and ready to go, and we were concerned about Tyler Smalley, as you heard in the pregame show. Tyler injured himself late in the Mays game and literally hopped off the field when the game was over, but he did not play in the football game on Friday night. But he is back healthy, and he is going to start. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. No real surprises here. Evan Locke, the sophomore, is in goal wearing number 1. On defense, senior captain Trenton McMeekin wearing number 3. Then Tyler Smalley, number 4, the senior defender, also a captain. Elijah Benning, the sophomore midfielder, wears number 5. Number 6 is Calvin Bell, a junior midfielder. Braden Sauter, a senior defender, also a co-captain, wears number 9. At forward, number 10, Martin Soto Tovar, a senior. Up front also, Pierce Schneider, a junior, wearing number 13. Jesus Ortiz at forward wears number 15. He is a freshman. Christian Urbano at midfield, a junior, wears number 16. Last and definitely not least, Tony Solis, number 21, is a senior midfielder. The head coach for the Grizzlies is Austin Clifton. He's assisted by Art Shook. The managers are this is interesting. They left the managers off my program, but I'll tell you who they are. Gabriela Moda, Lola Reyna, and April Isbell are the 3 student senior managers, or 3 student managers, I should say. And we got to give credit also to the 2 ladies who have been taking pictures of this team all season, and they would be Shelby Larson and Christy McMeekin. We're about 3 minutes from kickoff. I'll take a minute here to explain a little bit about what happens next week. There are no other games this week for this team. This is their final game of the season. They have a bye on Thursday. Everybody gets a bye on Thursday. This is East High's senior day as well, and during their senior day activities, we have been promised to have a visitor in the booth. We're going to have our principal, Eric Holdeman, in with us, and we have not had a chance to visit with our principal all year. So it'd be nice to see what Mr. Holdeman has to say about what's happening at Northwest so far this season, or this year. He'll be on with us at halftime. We don't know if they're going to introduce the starting lineups or not, because they've never had a PA going here before today. So since they're playing music, I'm going to assume they're going to introduce the starting lineups as well. So we'll just play that one, folks. We'll play that by ear, and you may get the starting lineups given to you twice, and that's just the way it is. So game time temperatures, 48 degrees. A very cold and blustery day, and the wind out of the north, 15 to 25 miles an hour, making the wind chill down around 40. It's going to be a cold day. Right now the sun is out. There are no clouds in the sky. And, of course, this is the field that is adjacent to the canal route here in Wichita. So about 100 feet past the fence on the far side of the field is traffic. So you'll be hearing traffic noise and an occasional horn honking as they drive by during the games here today. No lights here at East High. This turf field is not lit, so that's why Varsity will be playing their game first today. Rather unusual start time, and the start time has been moved back to 3:30 from 4:30 because it's late October now, and the issue of darkness is in full force, especially if this game should go into overtime. So that's where we are at today, and now we are awaiting. We're waiting to see what they're going to do. We were not informed, but it looks like they're going to have introductions here. And if they do, this will be the first time in the 15 years I've been broadcasting games from this field that has happened. And it's long overdue. They should have a PA announcer. And a rather nice crowd on hand. East High stands are pretty full.
They are.
And the Northwest group is all huddled up against the fence and with each other trying to keep warm. And we're joined here by Sussana Ontiveros.
Hi.
And
wow, my thing is really low. There we go.
We'll give you a little bit more power, I think.
Thank you.
There.
Appreciate that.
And I think it's interesting that our producer-engineer, Aiden Foltz, does need to sit down because he's running the computer that's running our program.
Yes.
However, someone else is seated with a blanket huddled around her and
I don't know who that is.
and drinking something hot. That's either hot chocolate or hot coffee. And
April, what are you doing?
Nobody's buying it.
You guys should.
Let's leave it to the PA announcer now for the starting lineups.
Welcome to the campus of Wichita East High School for today's Greater Wichita Athletic League matchup between the Northwest Grizzlies and your Wichita East Blue Aces. Now, let's meet the starters for the visitors from Wichita Northwest. Number 1, Evan Locke. Number 3, Trenton McMeekin. Number 4, Tyler Smalley. Number 5, Elijah Binning. Number 6, Calvin Bell. Number 9, Braden Suter. Number 10, Martin Soto Tovar. Number 15, Jesus Ortiz. Number 16, Christian Urbano. Number 20, Pierce Schneider. And number 21, Anthony Solis. And now, for the starters for your Wichita East Blue Aces. Starting in goal, number 0, Jesus Garcia. A senior, number 7, Yair Navarrete. A senior, number 8, Alex Lumbreras. Sophomore, number 9, Enzo Amaya. A senior, number 10, Gael Landeros Bali. Number 11, a sophomore, David Savanon. A junior, number 12, Abel Gonzalez. A sophomore, number 15, Misael Barbosa. A senior, number 16, Andrew Cruz Pizarro. A senior, number 18, Augie Howe. And a sophomore, number 21, Carlos Luna Reyes. The Aces are coached by Fred Kapp and assisted by Diego Garcia and Rodrigo Amaya. Now would you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of today's national anthem.
Oops. Okay, play ball. Send it.
This portion of today's webcast is brought to you by the Kansas Joint and Spine Specialists. At Kansas Joint and Spine Specialists, we have the expertise, the experience, and the technology to deliver excellence in orthopedic care, specialized to meet your individual needs. Kansas Joint and Spine Specialists provide a wide variety of specialized orthopedic services, including sports medicine, Don't let a sports injury keep you from participating in the activities you love. Let Dr. Brad Bruner and the Kansas Joint and Spine Specialists provide your orthopedic needs. Check them out at www.kansasjointandspine.com.
Back at East High, Northwest will play into the wind in the first half. They will play from left to right. They're in their road white uniforms with blue trunks and blue numerals, blue trim. And East High will play, of course, with the wind, going from right to left, north to south. And they are in their dark blue, navy blue uniforms with white trim and white numerals.
Is this one mine?
That one is all yours. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Scoot over.
And it looks like East High will kick off also here in the first half, which tells me that the Grizzlies won the toss and elected to defer the wind to the second half, which this time of day probably isn't bad strategy because the wind will not die down until darkness hits, and that's not going to be for several hours yet. Waiting the opening kick. This is for all the marbles, folks. City League title is on the line, and we are underway. East High takes it, sends it back into their own end. Grizzlies trying to come away with it early and get a quick steal. They don't do so. And back at midfield, here comes Calvin Bell, sending it wide over there to Solis on the far side. Up to Soto. Soto sends one out of play, and that'll be a throw-in for the Blue Aces in front of the traffic. And in it comes. Soto intercepts it. Nobody to give it to. He's just going to pop it right back out again. And
it's a throw-in.
Now it's a throw-in for Northwest. We'll take it.
They lifted their foot.
In it comes, and that one's knocked out of play. We'll do it all over again, 10 yards further down field. Throw in is in, and it's headed away by East High. Who's going to come away with it? It is the Blue Aces who bring it back to midfield. And a long pass downfield. Braden Sodders there. He'll kick it toward the highway, and we'll have a throw in for the Blue Aces just to the south of the Northwest bench. They didn't waste any time getting it in from a long distance either. Here we are at midfield again. The Blue Aces with the ball. They'll send it back. Garcia in goal will come out, and he'll send a long one. That's going to go out of play. On this multi-purpose field, we're going to use the football markings for something constructive. Since they don't use them for anything here, we're going to tell you where the ball is. Matt Meekin will throw it in, and he'll throw it in from about the 25. It comes into Schneider. Schneider can't control it. East High comes away with it again. They'll send one across, and Soto comes back to intercept it. Other side. No, your
that
paper
way?
Needs to go. The wind's coming out of that way. There you go.
I thought it was coming from that way.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
We also, in the booth, once again, are fighting the never-ending Kansas wind. And
why'd I see the air? There's air everywhere.
There is air everywhere, and there's moving around pretty well, I might add. East High with it right in front of us. We have a perfect view here. We are literally perched at midfield on the other side of the track that surrounds this multi-purpose.
Are we in your way? Just a little bit? Scoot down, I would say.
I have nowhere to go. I don't have enough cord here.
Okay, we're good.
I can step back, but once again, our perch here is absolutely lousy. Up on the near side. Here come the Grizzlies. This one's going to come right to us. You see those foot skills?
We both kicked it.
Yeah, but I got it to my man.
Okay, you got it to Mac.
Trent Matt Meekin will throw it in from midfield after a tremendous recovery by the play-by-play announcer. And that one goes out again. We'll do it all over now from back at the 25. And
30.
Mac will do it again. Maybe he'll cheat up. No, he will not. They're moving him back.
They won't let him.
Back to the 25, which is where I told him to go. I started talking about the crowd. East High does have a good crowd here. So does Northwest. They traveled pretty well here. Our bleachers are full as well. That one rolls out. Trenton will do it again now from the 20. And the throw comes all the way through Ortiz and back to the... I think that's you.
Is that me?
I think that one is you. I don't know what we can do about it.
We could just
You know what you could do? Take a minute, take your thing off, and look in that big bag for a windsock. You know what a windsock is?
No, I don't, actually.
See what's on my, covering my...
oh, yeah.
Thing?
Yeah.
There are some in that bag somewhere.
Okay.
Find one, we'll put one on your microphone. That'll probably help it.
Okay.
5 minutes gone here. No score. Northwest and East High. From East, the great big one. The one that has all the junk in it. And I would look near the bottom because that's probably where it's going to be. Schneider with it. Gives it to Bell at center at the 35. Now back over on the near side to Matt Meekin. Trenton McMeekin sends a switcheroo over. Sauter has it, sends it up. Bell. And we have a foul called against East High. I'm not exactly sure what it was for. I didn't see it, but it will be a free. Oh, that's interesting. They gave him a drop ball. Now, I don't understand what that was all about. So, in any case, ball is chipped out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northwest, and it will be very deep in East High territory. Yeah, that's for the handheld mic. That's but you're looking for the right thing. I will say that much for you. They're in there somewhere. Here's one, and a whistle blows as McMeekin taps it out of play. Was that it?
Yeah. Well, no, that one's the only one I could find.
Huh? No, wait a minute. I think you just had it.
That was the big one.
Oh, that was the big one? Yeah. Got a rubber band? No. I can make something out of that big one.
You can just turn it off if you need to.
We'll see how it goes. Grizzlies get it back to center. And Ortiz, a beautiful ball to Urbano, who's got some wheels going now. It's kicked out of play, and that's a good defensive play there. We'll give East High all the credit in the world for that.
Smart choice.
It's a throw in for Northwest, but that's a nice concession to be made. Matt Meekin comes up from his defensive spot to take this. Trenton got his foot stepped on in the Manhattan game late in the game, and he had to sit out the Mays game. But he's back 100%, we were told. I was told by his parents. So here's a nice switcheroo over on the far side. I'm going to turn your volume down a little bit.
Okay.
See if that helps. East High gets it and comes back away with it again. Out to center. Solis takes it back. Sends it to Sauter. Sauter tried to get it into center, and he's fighting the wind with that, but a nice play to send it forward to Urbano, and East High intercepts it. And the Aces bring it back. Once again, the Grizzlies playing into a 2-goal wind. Soto on the far side, can't find a white shirt with it.
Ortiz.
Here comes Ortiz with it. Nope, he lost it too. And Soto got a foot on it, but couldn't control it. Now he's got it back again, and he sends one Back up to Ortiz, who can't control the pass. And
it was a handball called on East anyways.
Well, we'll take the foul on the free kick.
Tyler's coming up to take it.
Well, we'll see how injured Tyler was or if it affected him at all.
Yep.
Fortunately, after this game, he'll have 3 days to heal again before he makes the trek up to Manhattan.
Yeah.
In the air it goes. Beautiful ball right to Garcia, who has an easy catch. And a goalkeeper punt, and this one goes a mile. He shot that one 65 yards in the air.
Oh.
And Evan Locke puts one up. The wind gets it. The biggest enemy of a good soccer game is the wind. And the enemy is out again in full force today. That one's going to go out of play. No, it stayed in. Goes in deep for McMeekin. Trenton very alertly lets it go over the goal line for a goal kick. I don't know. Aiden, are you ready? We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We are grateful to Kathy Morris of 1881 Liquors in Council Grove for her support of Grizzly Soccer on the web.
Evan Locke takes the goal kick, gets it out to center where it lands in a sea of blue shirts. And Schneider comes away with it, does a nice job, gets it back to Solis, and now back to Smalley. Smalley and Sauter will reset the offense. Here comes Calvin Bell sending a nice one to Urbano. Urbano scored one of the 2 goals in Mays the other night. Pretty nice goal it was, I might add.
Hola.
And over here to McMeekin. McMeekin at the 40. Sends it back now to Smalley. At his own 40, over to Sauter. Sauter up the middle. Oh, and too bad Ortiz was pushed off that ball and nobody called anything. And here's a long one.
Oh,
what
good.
A tackle by Braden Sauter.
That was pretty.
He stopped a breakaway and turned the ball back over to the Grizzlies.
If not, Gael would have been on his way. It's too long.
There's a long one that's going to come out of play and be a throw in for Northwest. And Matt Meekin will take it. You can't see the soccer lines on your camera view on this field because they are silver. And they blend in with the turf and the sun, so. The only thing we can tell you is that the halfway line is the 50-yard line on the football field, and everything else is measured off of that. He's tied with it. Sending it down the middle. That one's going to roll out of play. It'll be another throw in for the Blue Aces. And it comes. You know what you need to do?
What?
And you can use some binoculars if you need it, but keep an eye out for subs.
Okay. I'll just point to them on the paper.
Off the noggin of Pierce Schneider, and it's going to roll out of play. Another throw in for the Blue Aces. 27 and change remaining. First half, no score. Grizzlies will throw it in. And another bad thing about this field, and there are a lot of bad things about it, is that we're looking directly into the sunlight. Schneider at midfield. Sends it wide. Solis pops it forward to Martin, and now comes right back where Smalley has it. Tyler Smalley sends it up for Urbano, and good idea. Christian just couldn't get there in time. Now the ball being head of the round, and who's going to end up with it? Solis, nice tackle on the far side of the field. Gets it up to Soto. Soto trying to keep it in and does so. Now it goes out of play for a quick Northwest throw-in. Solis will do it, and he sends it back to Calvin Bell. Bell back to Smalley at midfield. Over here on the near side to Matt Meekin. And back to Tyler.
Do you think we'll get all the JV game in?
Well, a lot of it depends on a number of factors, one of which is does this game go into overtime? That's right.
If it goes into overtime, I highly doubt it.
I would highly doubt it, too.
Without overtime.
Although, you know, I say that, and with a 3:30 start time, I'd say there's a pretty good chance they'll get it all in. Because they pick up 20 minutes because JV doesn't play 40 minutes anymore.
Oh, thanks.
Offside here, and it'll be a free kick for Northwest.
I'd be real glad it was offside. No one else was there.
Exactly. 25 to go, first half. Offside free kick coming from the 20. Be taken there by Tyler Smalley. Across the way to Sauter. Sauter brings it across the 40, now sends one over here to the near side for Benning, and too far for Elijah. Goes out, and it will belong to East High. East throws it in. Benning gets it and sends it to center, where Mr. Sauter will send it forward. And East High gets it right back. And I know you can hear the wind, folks.
Yeah.
Now you know what our pain is.
It's cold out here.
It is cold.
Jesus.
Here's a chance for Northwest now. They got something cooking.
Oh, just behind.
Tried to get it to Soto, and it was intercepted. And still a good effort by Ortiz.
Yes.
Here's East High coming down with it. And a long pass forward. And they're saying he's onside this time. Centering, and
goes out of play
Evan
for a
Locke
goal
will
kick.
go for a goal kick. Let's take 10 seconds. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We are grateful to Kathy Morris of 1881 Liquors in Council Grove for her support of Grizzly Soccer on the web.
We're back.
Live and in color. We're back underway. Sauter has it at the 25 for Northwest, sends it forward. No score in this one, 23 to go. Winner is going to be a City League champion or co-champion, depending on who it is.
The highway, you can hear it so clearly.
Yep, you know, they know that they see a soccer game down here and the air horns go off. That's standard operating procedure. Never had an accident during a soccer game because of rubbernecking, which is a good thing.
Good job by Soto right there. He could take a shot.
He sends one forward. That goes out of play, and that will be a goal kick for East High. Let's take 10.
Tony's down. Tony is down.
Tony
hard.
Solis is down.
He is hurting.
Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout, and then we'll check on Tony Solis. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West, Mays, Kansas, 67101. Proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer.
Yeah. Back on, we're still don't know anything about the condition of Tony Solis, who went down on that last play, and quite honestly, it was away from the ball. I didn't see it.
I didn't either, but he seems to be back up.
And he is hobbling. And it's not a good thing. Well, in order for somebody to go up and stop the clock, they have to go into the tower and climb a ladder. Welcome to East High, folks. They're going to reset the clock to 22:20. Is that what we've got? If that's not what we've got, let's give it
22:20.
Let's go ahead and set ours as well.
Okay, there we go.
Alrighty. And while they were doing all that, both teams took a timeout and went to their respective benches.
Tony seems like he's going to get subbed out, I believe.
I gotta believe that he's going to come out. He was kind of hobbling.
Oh, it's Landon coming in.
Yeah, Landon Vestering will take his place in the back line. So we don't lose anything back there. Nothing against Tony Solis, but when you've got as many quality defensive people back there as we do.
We also have Shock Tour back there if he needs it. If they need another sub, there's Shock Tour.
Well, and he'll probably be the first sub now if anybody on the back line needs to come out or is rotated out.
Tony did get hurt in the Mays game as well.
Yeah, he did.
I think he hyperextended his leg or like something. But like he's fine.
Okay, we're back underway here, and it's punted by Garcia out to center. To Urbano. Urbano to Sauter. Sauter at the 40. He sends one up the middle. Oh, nice play by Ortiz. He sends it up wide to Benning. Benning at the 30, 25, 35, 25, 20. Now back to McMeekin. McMeekin feeds one in. Ortiz gets a foot on it. Now it's popped out. That'll belong to Northwest for a throw-in. And the throw-in is intercepted. Here comes East High back with it now.
Good job by McMeekin. Oh, that's the second player who just slipped on the turf.
East High working it into Northwest territory. Now it's sent back momentarily. And who's going to get final control here? Hopefully it's us. Calvin Bell gets it to Vestring. Vestring at the 40 sends it up to Soto. On the far side, it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. Throw-in is intercepted by East High, and we got to stop doing that. Sauter gets it back. Tried to get it to Benning. Overshot him. Here comes East with it now. And the Blue Aces resetting their formations before they start working it downfield.
Bell.
That one's going to go out of play into the Grizzly bench. Nice play by head coach Austin Clifton on the ball. 20 minutes and change remaining. First half. No score.
Foul was called, so free kick.
Ball placed at the 47-yard line. And if you drew a parallel line across the field from me to the ball, it would be perfect. Bell gets it to Soto. Soto gets around one, trying to get around another, passes it off. Now it goes over the goal line. That ought to be a corner kick.
It is.
And we'll take that corner kick on the far side, and believe that's Urbano that's over there in the corner.
That's Ortiz.
That's Ortiz, like I said.
Oh,
that header is not going to happen. The ball too high. It goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Blue Aces.
Oh, long kick.
Long kick with the wind.
Tyler's
Smalley
there.
gets a head on it.
Tyler's
goes out of play. We've got a play on it right here in front of us again. You see those foot skills?
Definitely.
I don't, they're going to get a 3X jersey and put it on me. I already know that's coming. There's no question about it.
Yeah, definitely.
They're going to say, why have we been hiding this guy?
He deserves to be out here.
Yeah, Absolutely. He could lead this team to victory. And I'd fit right in, you know.
You do.
I look just like all the other kids.
Just like their age. You look young.
Yeah, exactly. Do you believe this, folks? I've got some swampland in Florida that I'm trying to unload. Call me after the game. Free kick coming for East High. And stay with us at halftime. If you didn't hear it at the beginning, we have a halftime guest here today.
Who is it?
Your principal, Mr. Holdeman, will be joining us. We haven't had a visit with him in a long time. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if he's coming at halftime now or if he's coming between games. I forgot which. I think I invited them for halftime.
Who knows? You'll figure it out.
But, you know, they could just as easily we could just as easily do it after the game, as we'll have plenty of time because the East High Senior Night festivities will be going on.
Just bring them during halftime and after the game, for real.
Yeah. Well,
bring them both.
Could do it. We could do just that. Throw in comes in on the far side at the 40-35. Up to Urbano at the 25. He loses it, and East High comes away with it. Benning, nice steal, gets it to Ortiz, and that one is rejected by the defense of East High and sent out here to center. And there's a long one, and this is trouble.
Oh, Trent.
And that will be a foul.
Is it? No, nothing. He is down
They should have called a foul on us.
Time. Jeez, they do not pay attention.
The object is not to yell time upstairs while you're wearing a headset that's live. Just thought I'd tell you that.
I know. Sorry.
The clock is not our problem. It is stopped with 16:35 to go as
I let you guys know.
Gael Landeros was the injured party and is working his way to the sideline on his own power, I might add. So that's good to see. It will be a goalkeeper distribution when we restart here. Evan Locke has the ball. No score. We are at East High in an early start today for Varsity, as Varsity is playing their game first. East High has no lights. There's the drop ball back to Locke, and Locke will punt it into the wind. Pretty decent punt. Gets it out to center.
You have Gabe and number 6 for East about to check in.
Okay. Over here on the near side is Mac Meekin. Back to Smalley. Smalley to Benning. Back to Smalley. Grizzlies working the ball. Oh, they tried a long pass over to Martin, and it was intercepted, knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. Gabe Schilling comes in for Urbano, and Ashton McClellan comes in for the Blue Aces, the junior forward, number 6 for East High.
Looks like he might be in the midfield.
And we still have a
Landon.
What are they doing?
It was a bad throw-in. He lifted his foot.
Why are you lifting your feet, people? This is
Landon, you
the
are
end of the
17
season.
years
You're
old.
supposed to do that in preseason.
You were 17 years old. You know how to.
Yeah, you keep your feet down. Another throw in from the Blue Aces at the 35-yard line of Northwest. And
a foul was called. Martin was fouled.
Free kick coming for Northwest, and it'll be Smalley taking it with his big rifle foot. And he taps a short one over here to Braden Sauter in the middle. Sauter to Matt Meekin at midfield. Trenton Tried to get it to Benning. And the Grizzlies maintain possession. Good job. Sauter again will give it to Trenton McMeekin right in front of us, and he's going to send a long one over there. There's nobody over there. And Vestring comes in there and pokes it away from the Blue Aces for a moment. And here comes East High, 2-on-6.
Martinez is taking over there. Benning, a good job. Good
Excellent
step.
job. Benning will send a long one to Soto. Here we go, 3-on-2. Come the Grizzlies. Centering one to Ortiz. Oh, he couldn't control it, and it was taken away from him. And that's too bad.
It was a good play by Valenzuela.
It was. He's tied with it at midfield. On the near side, they're working on a build-up. They send one forward to Amaya. And that one goes out of play.
Tony's going to come back in next throw for us.
That's good. Good to see that.
Yep.
Corner kick coming here for the Blue Aces, and Carlos Luna Reyes will take it. He will take it with the wind, working in his favor, and there's plenty of it. And that one is off the upright of the football goal post, and that will be another corner kick. This time it'll be on the far side. And the same situation. Wind will aid the East High Blue Aces here. In the air in front, headed away, and that's going to go
for another corner.
Out of play for another corner. This time it'll be on our side again.
They're just switching sides for real.
And again, it will be Luna Reyes taking it for the Blue Aces. Third corner kick on 3 plays. And this time, a loose ball in front. Evan Locke couldn't clear it. Good job by Soto to keep it out of the net for the moment. There's a shot that goes wide, and finally it's kicked out of play by Vestring for a throw-in. But what a great job defensively, and the Northwest faithful over here are applauding the effort.
I am so thankful.
There's a shot.
Oh, well.
And a score.
That's McClellan.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I'm not sure whether it was McClellan or Lumbreras that
it was
shot that.
Lumbreras is out right now.
He's right there.
Oh, well.
I honestly think Lumbreras got the goal.
Well, they're thinking McClellan.
We'll find out here when they announce it over the PA, if they announce it.
McClellan was the one who was celebrating it like he scored it, so.
Schilling sends one up to Benning. Bottom line is Grizzlies trail here 1-0 now. You know, we weren't going to get through this first half unscathed with this wind.
Yeah.
So if we can minimize the damage and keep it close at halftime, we ought to be okay. Schilling going in deep. And knocks one. That'll be a corner kick for Northwest. And a nice job by Schilling to bounce it off a player. And Schilling will take the corner himself. Come on, Gabe, put it in. This is going to be hard. Now he's doing this one into the wind. In the air it goes, loose, and it's headed away.
Martinez.
Who's going to win this battle?
Martinez.
1-on-2 he goes. Comes away with it and sends one forward. Now the Grizzlies have a problem. 3-on-3 they come.
Yeah, this is not good.
And that one is knocked out by Evan Locke. It'll be a corner kick for East High, on the far side. And that will be taken over there by Amaya.
Schilling headed away.
Ball still in danger. There's another long shot, and off the crossbar it goes. Still loose in front. Sauter knocks it away.
Momentarily.
East High still controlling it. Now they're going to say it's Northwest ball and a break for the Grizzlies.
Number 20 getting ready, I think. Yeah, 20.
Jose Jimenez.
And 16.
Andrew Cruz Pizarro, both getting set to come in for the Blue Aces. Grizzlies trying to get it back again. In the corner with it is Luna Reyes. He sends it out, and that shot blocked by the defense and finally cleared out towards center. Giving chase over there is Ortiz. Gets a foot on it. Saved by the Blue Aces, and they'll send it out to center where they'll regroup, and I don't like the way this is going.
I know. Looking way
Another little drop pass that looks like Smalley will have it, and he'll kick that out of play, and it'll be a throw in for the Blue Aces. Now the Blue Aces will make those subs we referred to moments ago. Throw in comes in deep. 1-on-2. And the East High player tripped over the ball.
Just fell.
That went down in a heap, and they're going to give it to East anyway.
Corner kick.
McClellan will do it.
Throw in.
It is a throw in. Comes in towards center. That one rejected by the defense. Come on. Jesus, he couldn't get to it. Going to be a throw in again. Boy, that was the worst throw in I've ever seen.
Seen a few bad ones today.
They didn't call that one.
I know.
I would have. And I know our rules specialist, April Isbell, also would have called that. This one goes over for another corner kick for East.
Oh, wow.
7:30 to go, first half, 1-0, Grizzlies trail. Corner kick coming from the far side. Wind aided. In the air it goes. Loose in front. Headed around, headed twice. And it goes out of play. That'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West, Mays, Kansas, 67101. Proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer.
East High intercepts the goal kick and brings it right back down. Now there's another one going on. This time it'll be a corner kick for the Blue Aces. On the near side, Luna Reyes will take it for East High.
I have gotten Skittles.
Again, wind aided, and there's plenty of it. You can see the flag in front of them. In the air it goes. That went through everybody. And finally, Soto sends it upfield toward Ortiz. Ball still in. Sent back down by the Blue Aces. Good job by Benning to get it. Soto will send it up to Ortiz. Over to McMeekin on the near side. To Smalley.
That's Bell.
Smalley to Schilling. Schilling on the near side sent a pass forward for Schneider, but Pierce couldn't get to it. Now Schilling gets it back, brings it up, keeps it going, and has it taken off his foot. Pretty nice defensive play there by the Blue Aces.
Martinez
and Smalley fighting for space down there on the near side. He finally sends it up in front, and before he can get a shot off,
McMeekin was there.
7 has it. Now it goes out of play. Benning tapped it out. It'll be a throw in for East, and East is going to sub another player. Can you tell me who that is?
8.
Well, that would be Alex Lumbreras coming back in. And
I told you he was out.
No, he was in. I mean, he was standing right in front of us.
I did not see him.
I don't know how you missed him. And you know how you know it wasn't 6? Because 6 was standing right next to him. They were side by side, so there's no way they could have both been the same.
But 6 is the one who scored.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to tell you that 6 didn't score, but I'm going to tell you that I thought 8 did.
Number 10.
Number 10 scored?
Number 10 coming in. Gael Landeros.
Gael Landeros comes in. We're going to miss Susanna's pronunciation of the Hispanic names come springtime.
Yes.
While you're busy back there playing defense for the girls. Oh, gosh, that was dangerous. Goes out of play, and that will be a goal kick. Let's take 10 seconds. We'll be back.
Right there. Aiden's not there.
What?
He's over there in the sun. Aiden.
Too late now.
We needed a goal kick, buddy. Where'd you go?
We caught Aiden Folds asleep for the first time this year.
We don't need it anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen. Aiden, go ahead and put the 2-minute one in.
2-minute one in for half when it's done.
And a free kick now for the Blue Aces. Long one on to the near side, intercepted very nicely there by Calvin Bell, but he can't control it. East High still maintains the possession, although they're fighting for it down here. That's going to go out of play, and that will belong to East High. Luna Reyes will throw it in right in front of us. And that one pounces out too, and this time it'll be a throw in for McMeekin and company. 2.5 remaining, first half. Grizzlies down 1-0, and going into halftime down 1-0 with this wind is not all that bad a deal. Let's just keep it right where it is. Back to Evan Locke.
Oh, that was a little risky, Evan.
Benning chips it over to Schilling. Now Schilling can't get around Luna Reyes, and
Soto's there.
Soto at midfield. He'll bring it up himself. Splits 2 defenders, can't get past the third. It's sent out. And this one, Braden Sodders giving chase over there. And he's going to let it go out of play. That'll be a goal kick. We'll keep it right here with 100 seconds to go till halftime. Again, Eric Hover-Holdeman, principal of Northwest, will join us at halftime. The senior night festivities will take place in between games, and unless Joe Biden or Pope show up, we're not going to have a guest for you during that period. And that one gets out of play. It'll be a throw in for East High. 1 minute to go, first half. Oh, good job by the Grizzlies to get that one back. And Ortiz puts that in and the wind just sailed it past Soto. Soto comes up to get it, has control over it if he can get a shot off, but he can't. And it's taken away by the Blue Aces. Referee says play on. There was no foul there.
Okay, now there's a foul apparently.
That is a foul, and I agree with it.
I didn't see it, so I'm not going to judge.
That was a good trip. That was a trip.
A good trip? A nice one?
It was a 10-pointer. Free kick coming for the Blue Aces.
Gonzalez will take it. long one.
That was long. That wind sure helps, doesn't it? They're back there to get it is Matt Meekin. And he's going to let it go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest, but it won't matter. 5 to go now. And that'll do it. We are at halftime here at East High in the final game of the season for all the marbles in the City League, and the Grizzlies trail at half to the Blue Aces 1-0. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and then the principal of Northwest High School, Eric Hofer-Holdeman, will join us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Soccer.
Friendly is finding a better rate, an instant debit card, scholarships and teacher grants for projects, loans specifically for teachers and healthcare professionals, being the #1 auto lender for a reason, more than $400,000 in community partnerships. Credit Union of America. Welcome to Friendly. Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Campaign of this property and it's sold right.
Shall we book it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Mount Hamilton Ford. Have you been thinking about a new SUV? Right now is a great time to buy a new Ford at the big one of 119th and West Kellogg. EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition. Mount Hamilton Ford is sure to have the right vehicle to fit your size. And you know you can count on us with this great selection to find the right SUV at the best price to fit your budget. Check us out online or in person. Let us make your purchase easy with pickup and delivery right from your home or work. Mount Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Welcome back to East High. Grizzlies trail at halftime 1-0 to the East High Blue Aces. What is a very important game. The Grizzlies win this, they're City League champions. If they lose this, they'll finish third. So it's a pretty big game for the Grizzlies. We're joined, as promised, by Northwest principal Eric Hofer-Holdeman. We haven't had you on. Well, first of all, welcome aboard. And
thank you.
Haven't had you on all year, so I'm going to ask the all-important question: what's new?
We are off to a good start this year. We really are. After a challenging year last year, coming back from the pandemic, we made some adjustments. If you're familiar with Northwest High School and you read anything that we put out, you know that we're focusing on a back-to-basics effort this year, and knock on wood, things seem to be working. We've had a pretty good start to the year. In the sports arena that we are right now, that makes me think of our successful seasons that have started off so far. Obviously, the football team has only lost one. Volleyball team, I think they've only lost 4, 31-4, heading into sub-state this Saturday. And obviously, the soccer team here is doing really well. So we're experiencing success on the playing fields. We're experiencing success in the classrooms and in the hallways. So I'm in a pretty upbeat position right now.
Well, and I said this, from personal observation as a sub. I said this to Stephanie Smith when I had her on a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That the kids seem a lot more focused this year as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot more focused, and they're a lot more respectful this year than they were last. Is that my imagination?
I don't believe it is. I think that's a true statement. Of course, I'm not sure if they could have gotten any less respectful after last year. No, that's I'm saying that in jest. But,
I know you're saying that tongue in cheek.
Yeah, tongue in cheek. But I would agree. I think the kids have come back after a full year, even though we had masks on, for about 3/4 of the year last year. It was a full year in person, which was extremely beneficial. Get back into some sort of structure, regular rules and regulations and all. And this year to come back without masks at all and be back to what we know and love in our schools, I think has made a tremendous difference. I know, there's been some negative publicity in some of the other schools and such, but that is such a small percentage. I think all of the schools in Wichita are experiencing a lot more success this year. And, if you're watching in the news and you're seeing some of these negative stories, I just want to emphasize what a small percentage that is. And we really are having success as we come back.
And that you're saying that as a district-wide, correct?
That's exactly right. I get so frustrated when the news picks up nothing but negative stories, and there's just so much more positive that's out there. And Northwest is experiencing that positive as well.
Well, and we've been blessed. I think we've been blessed at Northwest that, I know the incidents that they talk about on TV, the negative stuff.
Right.
None of that's been with us.
That's right. That's and that's another reason why I feel pretty strongly that our successful start, not only having a year back in person, but this back to basics and how we are not assuming that students know how to do school or remember how to do school. We're reteaching. We're not assuming, we're reteaching, and it seems to be working. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am of my staff and all the work that they've been putting in. And you said you subbed. I think you've probably seen it too, that we're going back to basics, and it seems to be working.
I don't think there's any question of that. People, and kids are respectful, and they're realizing there's work to be done, and they're getting the work done. At least from what I'm seeing, and from my own observation when I'm there, they've got, okay, you need to get this accomplished today. This is what your regular teacher has instructed to get accomplished today. Let's get this done. Okay, we want him or her to come back and say, oh, they did what they were supposed to do, and for the most part, they're doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's good stuff.
No, I agree. And we're pretty fortunate at Northwest that substitutes like yourself that come in often find out that we have a pretty good thing going at Northwest, and they come back to Northwest. And we really, like I said, we're fortunate. We typically fill all of the substitute jobs that we have, and I know some schools can't say the same, and we're appreciative, that's for sure.
Well, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the semester and the rest of the school year, to you and the students as well, because that's what it's all about. It's all about the student body.
Absolutely.
So,
well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Wish everybody the best. Let's make it a successful year, and thank you very much for taking the time to visit.
You bet. Absolutely. I always enjoy it.
We need to, if you can find a way to get us a couple of goals here,
well,
please do so.
Yeah. Second half, we'll be going with the win, so maybe that'll be a difference.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
We said before the game it was a 2-goal win. Well, they only got one out of it, so it could be much worse.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take anything away from East High's goal, but we need to get a couple, and we've been in kind of a scoring drought here the last 2 weeks. So,
is that right?
Yeah. Goals have been hard to come by. We haven't gotten more than 2 goals in a game in our last 4 games. So, we need to get a couple goals here.
If we keep them out of the goal the second half, it would only take 2. So
that's it. That's all it'll take. So,
all right.
All righty.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you again. Eric Hover-Holdeman, our guest, the principal of Wichita Northwest High School, and we thank him for joining us and enlightening us and on the positive mood going on at Northwest High School this year, and I share it myself in my own personal experience. But the kids are back. You know, I mean, COVID just killed us. It killed everybody in the educational system. Keeping the kids at home may have been the healthy thing to do, but it was not the educational thing to do. So we're glad to have everybody back. And Miss Lola is going to be our engineer here second half. And do you know how to change the clock? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Set it for second half, if you will, and put 40 on there. We're about 20 seconds away from the second half kickoff. Grizzlies will play from right to left with the wind. And if it's anything like what happened at Mays, it was really weird. The wind just died. It just stopped. And there was no wind in the second half of the varsity game. Today, I don't expect that to be the same thing. Go ahead and put them on.
You made them real big. There we go.
Well, Mr. Holdeman has a bigger noggin than you do.
I think so, maybe. Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
All righty.
Oh my God, my blinking.
So after this game is over, folks, it'll be senior night here, and I don't anticipate a guest during the senior night activities unless we can get maybe we can get Coach Clifton to come on with us.
Who?
After the game. You know, the guy that runs the team.
Nope, no idea.
Okay. We'll see if Coach Clifton will join us in between games. Yeah, remember him?
No, I don't think I do.
No, you will soon enough.
No, I don't think I know him.
Awaiting East High to get back on the field here.
Oh, I'm falling. We're okay. Yes?
I might just have to get me a Gatorade in between games. That Gatorade over there looks awfully good.
Maybe you should.
Evan Benning will kick, or Elijah Benning, excuse me. You know, if Evan ever watches any of these broadcasts, I keep mentioning his name. He's like 35 years old. You'd think I'd forget by now. Grizzlies send one into the offensive zone, and here we go.
Oh,
and
Martin.
Ortiz taps one out of play. And
Martin went down.
Yeah, I see that. Martin goes down at the same time. Yeah, we're going to have a stoppage of clock here in a moment. Well, Martin's going to get up. Looks like he took one in the gut.
Maybe.
Seems to be okay, and they're not even going to stop the clock for it. So,
okay.
Put a ball at his feet. Well, he'll heal in a real hurry. I don't want to make light of that. And that one goes out of play. It will stay with Northwest. And it's good to see that Tony Solis is okay. He went out injured in the first half, but he's back in there. He just threw it in. Out it comes to center. Smalley, way up from his defensive spot. And they're going to call Smalley for the foul, and it will be a free kick for the Blue Aces.
Either way, it was a foul.
Second half, 1 minute gone, 1-0. Grizzlies trail. And out it comes to center. And Sauter intercepts it.
Cold.
And Smalley can't get ahead on it. Now they'll send it back to Evan Locke. And Locke will have a goalkeeper distribution. Junior varsity game will follow. After this one, there's going to be a delay of about 10 to 15 minutes as they do the senior night ceremonies, is what I'm told.
Evan!
Thank you. Let's clear that. Thank you.
Good job, Evan.
And now a foul called. It will belong to Northwest. After the senior night ceremonies, there'll be a quick warm-up, and they'll start the JV game, and Sussana will bring that one to you.
Yes, I will. Shivering cold.
It's not that cold.
It is cold.
It is not that cold.
Okay, well, it's not that bad. They had us outside yesterday at 7 in the morning for band. I was freezing.
I'll bet your instruments were all.
We were all really sharp.
Yes. What do you play?
I play the clarinet, so that was great.
Well, you play a woodwind, so the wood instruments aren't going to be as cold. But
I squeaked.
Somebody playing a tuba or a trombone or a trumpet or something like that's going to be cold. That metal's going to be cold.
The tubas have to wear it all around their body, so I bet they were freezing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you're going to need to have that because we're going to have home game in 2 weeks.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next Friday. Yay.
A week from Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Next Friday.
No, next Friday we're in Manhattan.
Aren't you in Manhattan this Friday?
That is next Friday.
What?
There's a shot and it goes wide. That'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's go ahead and take 10 seconds. We'll be back with more. You're watching Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Gecko Painting of Lenexa, Kansas. We thank Danny and Stacy Higgins for their longtime support of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Back at East High with 36 and change remaining in the second half. Grizzlies trail 1-0 to the Blue Aces. And they've just dodged a couple of bullets, which is not a good thing. Grizzlies are having trouble now. Benning goes down. They're going to say no foul.
I believe it was a foul.
I believe it was too. There's a crossing pass intercepted by Solis. Goes over the line. It'll be a goal kick, a corner kick, for the Blue Aces on the near side.
They are getting more offensive thrusts than we did with the win.
They are. I agree with you so far that there's a crossover. There's another shot. That'll go over. That'll be a goal kick. Let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Northwest Soccer alum Dan Garreau and his family are proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer on YouTube.
And we're back to live action. Evan Locke gets the goal kick off, sends it 60 yards. Soto right in front of us sees it go out of play. It'll belong to the Blue Aces. Be a throw in there. And it comes. That one's popped in the air by Soto. Ortiz gets a foot on it. And now a switcheroo by East is headed away there by Ortiz. Ball thrown in quickly, and here come the Grizzlies back. A chance for Soto to the 10, the 5. He's got one man to beat.
2.
Still with it.
Still has it.
Got it away again. Got a weak pass off.
Penalty.
And now that one is cleared out, and a penalty
Hold
kick
on. He's still down. That's what I'm more worried about.
We have an injured player and a penalty kick. I think it's coming. Now the referees are talking about the latter. Let's see what it is. It will be a penalty kick for Northwest. Calvin Bell, no doubt, will take it. He is the designated penalty kicker for the Grizzlies. Clock stops with 33:50 to go in the second half for this penalty kick.
Come on, Calvin.
Here's the shot.
Yes, Calvin.
And a score. Grizzlies tie it 1-1. It's all new, folks. Calvin Bell nails one, and it's tied at 1. You want to do me a favor?
Yes.
Write the goal down on something.
Got it. I'll write it down on mine.
That'll work. East High will kick off. So the Grizzlies get a break, and Garcia actually got a piece of the shot, but was unable to keep the ball out. Bounced off of him into the goal anyway. And here's another chance for the Grizzlies. They send it wide to Schneider. Schneider centers one, or takes the shot, I'm sorry. And a save by Garcia. And that penalty kick may have given the Grizzlies some life here. Tony Solis with it at midfield, sends it forward. Schneider couldn't control it. Benning gets it back to Solis. Solis up to Soto. Soto puts it into space that nobody's in. East High on the far side. Now Soto gets it again. Sends it back to Schneider.
Great job.
Here's Schneider fighting hard for it. He's just like
it.
a gnat, and he wins the ball. Down he goes, and a foul called. That'll be a free kick for Northwest, and give all the credit in the world to Pierce Schneider on that one.
Pierce is such a great player.
That's a guy that works hard. There's no
Very
question
much.
about it.
Probably one of the hardest workers on this team.
Tyler Smalley will take this, and he's going to have the wind at his back. So you never know what'll happen here. A low liner, and it got deflected. And we have a foul call that'll belong to East High.
Quick one.
8 minutes gone, second half, 1-1 tie.
Oh
Grizzlies have come back to tie it. Now another foul called. And that will be another free kick for the Blue Aces. And if you're just joining us, this game is for all the marbles. Grizzlies will win City League outright if they win the game. They will tie with East. If I get this right, they will tie with East if this game ends in a tie. And if the Grizzlies lose this one, they will finish third.
Bishop Carroll and East will take first.
Yes, they will share it.
They will share first. Ooh, Braden.
Braden, nice job getting it out toward Ortiz, but also getting it out of danger. Soto and Bell, neither one of them get on it. Soto goes down again. He spent more time on the turf than the paint of the numbers has.
I know.
And this one too far for Martin Soto to get to.
He's feeling those.
There's a pass off the back of a teammate that time by Savignon. To Sauter. Sauter sending one up the middle. Calvin Bell to Soto. Soto sends one for Schneider, too far.
Schneider back on it.
And now he'll send one wide for Matt Meekin. Matt Meekin at the 40, the 35, the 30. Sends one in, and it's going to be intercepted.
Matt Meekin gets it right back.
Yeah,
He shot
Matt
the
got
shot.
it right back, and he sends a blast. That one's going to bounce onto the canal route.
He gets a throw in now.
East High with it for the moment. That was a nice drop pass.
Urbano coming all the way back to help.
Benning with it. Sends one forward. Ortiz can't control it.
Still
and
fighting
East High
for
will
it.
come back with it again.
Bending with it now. Urbano.
Benning again. Sending it back. And forward it goes for Ortiz. Can't get to it.
Gonzalez sending it to the near side. Oh, no,
Braden Sauter intercepts that pass intended for Martinez. It's going to go high in the air. Martinez fighting for it. He may get a shot off here.
Landeros might actually. Shot.
There's a shot wide, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. Let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Northwest Soccer alum Dan Garreau and his family are proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer on YouTube.
Okay, they're awful close. Back underway here. The ball goes into the East High bench. Be a throw in for Northwest. Now this one goes into the Grizzly bench, and it will be another throw in for Northwest. McMeekin throws it in, trying to get it to the wrong man there as East High came away with it.
Oh,
Grizzlies converge on it. Sauter will send it back to Evan Locke. Locke sends a long one right down the middle. To Soto. Come on, Martin. Beat that guy.
Go.
And he beat it, and he overlet himself with a pass, and the pass went back to Garcia. Garcia will have a throw in.
The wind.
Tony Solis with it. Brings it up to the 40, 35-30. Now to Soto at the 10. Martin. And that's not a bad play. Not getting it knocked out of bounds. It'll give the offense a chance to set a play up. Tony Solis will throw it in for Northwest. 26:50 to go here in the second. 1-1 tie. Sauter with it at 30. He'll center one for Benning. Benning to Bell. Bell to Schneider. Oh, Schneider tried a lead pass for Urbano, but it couldn't get to him. It went over the goal line. It will be a goal kick for the Blue Aces. We'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Kevin and Donna Arkin, adopted Northwest alumni, are 10-year supporters of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Back at East High, just underway. Grizzlies with it at the 35 of East High, and
Urbano fighting hard for that one.
He is fighting hard for it. Grizzlies have some renewed energy or some new energy here in this second half as
Schneider
Calvin Bell got scored on a penalty kick, and that seemed to put some fire in the eyes of the Grizzlies because now it's a brand new game again. Soto. Oh, they tried to give and go and it didn't work.
Urbano has it back.
That one's going to go all the way down and hit the flag, so it's either a throw in or it's a goal kick. Let's go ahead and take another break. We're way overdue. You're watching Grizzly Soccer. We'll be back in 10. Is it me or is it getting windier?
It is.
We're back live at Windy East High School. The gloves and parkas are on today. Game time temperature was 48 degrees. It has dropped 3 degrees since. It is 45 now. The wind blowing 25 miles an hour out of the north. And
I'm freezing.
I hear the sounds of dashing through the snow as we're playing here this afternoon. It is definitely getting colder here.
Man, we skipped fall and went straight into winter.
We went straight into winter, but we'll have fall back tomorrow. High tomorrow is supposed to be 70. Actually, I think 65 tomorrow and 70 on Thursday. And Solis.
Oh, you're kidding.
Solis is going to get called for a chuck.
Maybe. Just a tiny bit, though.
Be a free kick for East High. And why did we stop the clock?
I'm not quite sure. Why did they?
Why did we stop the clock?
I don't know. I think they're a bit confused up there anyways. I didn't see it for him to ask to stop the clock.
Well, we're going to give you some bonus coverage here as the clock is not running and they're still playing. Susanna, I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Tell them to start the clock. Oh, never mind. They just did. There we go. Didn't want you to yell at everybody at home.
Okay.
They should never have stopped it. Obviously, someone up there doesn't know the rules.
I don't think they do. Maybe not.
Okay, we have a throw-in coming for Northwest in front of the East High bench. 24 even to go here in the second half. It's a 1-1 tie in a game for all the marbles. That one's going to go. It's going to stay in. Here comes East High back, 1-on-2.
Someone lost a shin guard. I think it's Pierce, but he kept going.
Ball is knocked into the parking lot.
Number 16 and Gabe.
Gabe Schilling returns for Northwest along with Andrew Cruz Pizarro of East High. And taking a seat for the Grizzlies.
Urbano.
Is that who that is? I can't see it from
that's
here in the
Christian.
sun. Can't see it in the sun. And Smalley blasts one down the middle. Heading over for it is Ortiz.
Goes out of play.
Goes out of play. It'll stay with Northwest, yeah. Schilling throws it in.
Valenzuela led himself a bit too long.
Back out here to center where Calvin Bell has it on the near side. He sends it up for Soto. Martin keeps it in. One man to beat. Tried to get a centering pass off. It was partially blocked. And they send one across, and it's intercepted. Here comes East High back again.
Pizarro bringing it up. Landreros.
Nice try that time by... There's a shot.
Oh, thank you, Evan. Thank you, Evan.
Yeah, great save by Evan. Loose ball in front. And there's another one. That'll be an easy save this time for Evan Locke. And Evan Locke just kept us in the game, folks.
We appreciate you, Evan.
As we approach 22 remaining in the second half. There's one for Soto. Going to get knocked out of play. That should stay with Northwest.
It will. Tony coming up to take it, maybe.
Soto needs to get down there and receive it.
Yes, he does.
So he can bang one home.
He better.
In there deep for Ortiz. Back out here to Tony. Tony can't get to it. Here comes East High back with it, but only for a moment. Braden Sauter sends it forward to Martin Soto. Soto to Bell.
Schneider.
And now Benning has it at the 25.
Benning.
There's a long one.
Oh, Elijah. Oh, Eli.
Benning almost put it home.
Great shot, Eli.
This one goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northwest.
I'm going to say the wind moved it a little.
You think?
I think so.
Move the ball or the goal?
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Hopefully both, because that was a gorgeous shot. It should have gone in.
It's kind of like that north wind we had last year over at North High when it blew the goal over.
Oh, yeah.
The first time I'd ever seen that.
I remember that.
That was windy.
It was very windy. We were struggling out there.
Yeah.
It was very hot, though, too.
It was a hot day that day. Benning sends it to Solis. Solis, the 15, loses it. And East High sends one back. Smalley is there. Gets it to Solis. Now to Benning. Benning has the ball taken off of his foot pretty nicely, I might add.
Schneider
and
keeps
East
going.
High can't control it. Schneider again, the Gnat. Gets it to Soto.
Soto pass,
Soto
too.
Dribbling through 4 people before it's finally taken off his foot. And this one Benning has. And then he lost it, and there's a long one.
Lundreras is there. Oh my God, that's Landeros. I keep getting him and Lumbreras.
That's no big deal.
I'm sorry, Gael.
Pile up on the far side. There's a shot blocked defensively by the Grizzlies. Ball still in play. Martinez on the near side. Leaves one for McClellan.
Eli, come on.
McClellan, who
A shove.
couldn't get a shot off.
Earned a free kick, though.
He did get a free kick. And
I don't know why they're stopping the clock.
why are you people stopping the clock every time?
Literally, I don't think you need to. Promise you, you guys don't have to.
Well, if I was the referee, and I'm not, and I wish April was here. I don't know where. I guess
April's over there because she's videoing JV, so she went over there for varsity.
If I was April, and I was in the center, I know what I'd be doing right now. I'd be telling him to turn the clock off, and I will keep time on the field.
Literally.
'Cause that's what you do when the clock operator doesn't know what they're doing. On the far side, Trenton McMeekin with it. They got to work at the whole length of the field here. There's Schneider at midfield, sending a long one for Ortiz. It gets kicked
that went
onto
over.
the highway, and it will be a throw in for Northwest.
That sucks. Is that one of our balls? Their balls? Anyways, Christian's coming in, taking off Soto.
Yeah, Soto needs a break.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten one all game, so yes.
So Urbano comes in for Martin Soto.
Plus, he was being hurt.
That's you.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. My hands are freezing. I'm trying to keep them warm.
Well,
yeah, this is not working for me.
You know, I could have given you a pair of gloves. Actually, you know what? I do think there's a pair of gloves in my glove compartment.
Man.
If you want them, you can have them. You can't have them, but you can borrow them.
I'll have them.
But you have to go get them.
Oh, no, that's too much. Too much work.
Yeah, I know. I'm parked a whole 50 feet away.
Yeah, never mind then. I'll freeze.
So you'd rather freeze and complain than solve your problem?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You'll make
Always
a good
been
wife
like that.
someday. Throw in for Northwest. 17:30 to go in the second half. 1-1. I'm tired of saying 1-1. I want to say 2-1.
For us.
For us. Of course. Up to Ortiz. It goes out.
Still in play.
Kept it in.
Christian? Pierce?
Here's a chance for Pierce.
Come on, Pierce. Pierce! I'm sorry.
And it's taken away by the defense of East. But Pierce Schneider, a good run up the middle of the field.
Was that Pierce or Gabe? It was Pierce, right?
And here's a nice interception by Smalley. Now they're stopping time.
I think Calvin's getting a card. Calvin.
Yep, he is.
Oh, that's interesting. Calvin with a card. Don't really see that often. Martin will be coming back in. Probably pushed.
Yeah, Martin will come in.
They'll probably push Gabe into attacking mid.
So with 16:52 remaining in the second half.
Oh no, Martin's going to play midfield. Interesting.
Calvin has to take a seat at least for a few minutes, although he did not sit down. He's sitting he is standing at the line ready to come back in.
Yep.
He will come in on the next sub. He has to have a guaranteed sub to come in.
Yeah, and there's an East player trying to come in anyways. So, next throw-in.
There's a long one from
Gonzalez.
And it goes out of play. Be a throw in for Northwest.
I'm freezing.
And now the substitutions are made. Calvin Bell does return. Soto goes right back out again. If I was Calvin Bell, I'd watch my P's and Q's the rest of the game, lest he'd be ineligible for the playoff game next week.
Well, I've never really thought I would see Calvin get a yellow. So
he's a pretty quiet guy.
He's a pretty quiet guy, but lately he's been a little bit more aggressive, which is actually kind of good. But oh, Pierce, his back. Is his back okay?
He's sitting on the ground, and of course they called nothing.
No, they called a foul. Yellow card maybe? Okay, but that's Pierce's back. I'm more worried.
Schneider appears to be okay.
Thankfully.
Ball will be placed right at the center spot.
51 yards.
In the air it goes.
Urbano.
And that one is loose in front, and Garcia falls on it for East High. And
Pierce was about to be there if he would have fallen on it.
He would have, yeah, he was there. Waiting for a mistake that did not happen.
Oh, it's a corner kick. It went out of play first. Pierce was right. He was complaining about it. I guess the AR saw it too.
Okay, Grizzlies will have a corner kick on the near side.
Ortiz will take it.
He'll have the wind at his back. Will Jesus Ortiz. In the air it goes.
Oh.
And went through the wickets of everybody. And
McMeekin.
Trenton can't get it back centered, and it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest, but very deep in East High territory. This is a goal-scoring opportunity.
Hopefully. Should be.
For the Grizzlies.
Long throw-in from Braden, so. Still in the box.
Loose in front.
Oh, Pierce went down hard.
Pierce did go down hard. And
are you okay, Pierce? Please tell me you're not hurt.
He is up.
Okay. It's a corner kick, though, you guys.
Another corner kick for Northwest.
Christian's going to take it. But hold on. Pierce is coming off, I think, or they're going to stop the time.
Well, they're stopping time.
They are. Pierce is coming off. They will make Pierce come off now.
Martin will come back in to sub for him.
Better play attacking mid or something. Or
no, he'll
either
probably
that
go,
or
but he'll go
Pierce.
back up front. Will Martin.
Well, they would have to move Gabe into attacking mid then.
In the air, too far. It's going to go through everybody.
Braden seems like he was tripped.
Solis, rather. He centers one, and it's headed away by the defense. Now, this one's going to come right at us, and once again, I'm going to have to make a great play here.
Not sure it's that close to you. I can't kick it. That's too far from me.
Another great play.
Aiden made a great play.
I just don't know how they can do without these foot skills. I really
my God.
don't.
Pierce is coming back in, taking off Martin. Martin's just being taken in and out.
Yeah, but he feels like a yo-yo.
Probably.
Solis throws one in to Schilling. Benning will center one, and a nice ball for Calvin.
Oh, Calvin, come on, buddy.
He shanked it.
Urbano
and
could
it's going to
probably
go over
Urbano
for
keeps it. Nope, Urbano kept it in play.
Oh, good for him.
He's fast. McMeekin.
And the wind has picked up again, folks.
Oh, no. Go away. Gael, please.
Here's
don't.
a chance for East High. Oh, what
Braden.
a tackle by Sauter.
Oh,
holy cow. Now Benning to Solis. Solis sends one across.
Urbano.
Grizzlies have everybody spread. This may be a chance. Urbano takes a long one. That goes over everything for a goal kick. I don't know what Eli was doing.
I think Eli was a little disappointed on that little play.
He was. Let's take 10. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West, Mays, Kansas, 67101. Proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer.
With another chance, there's a shot. It goes wide. We'll keep it right here this time. 12:43 to go in the second half. 1-1 tie.
My hands are freezing.
You know, I have gloves on, and my hands are cold.
I'm still not going to go get your gloves.
Well, your loss. That's all I can say.
Well, you're saying your hands are still cold.
Well, my hands are cold because I'm not, I'm standing in place.
Okay.
You know.
I guess. Anyways, free kick. Handball was called.
They're going to place the ball at the 29-yard line.
Tyler, we'll take this.
Smalley has a wind at his back, so that this is possible here.
It is.
He keeps it low though, and it's intercepted by the Blue Aces.
Martinez is coming.
He's got some wheels. He's got two guys in front of him, Smalley and Solis, and they take it away from him. Now Schilling sends one in for Benning. Bell has it. He'll send it across for Matt Meekin. And they've got East High spread out again. Here we go. Calvin Bell.
Mac Meekin.
Mac back to Calvin. Give and go. Nice job.
Benning.
And Benning at center. Has it. Sauter to Benning.
Benning can take a shot.
Christian.
Here's
Christian on the far side. Centering one. Jesus couldn't get it. Pierce couldn't get it. It goes over the goal line. It will be wide, and it will be a corner kick for Northwestern. Christian Urbano will take it on the far side of the field.
11 minutes remaining. This is getting very interesting. We could have a scoring opportunity any of these seconds.
In the air it goes. Trying to get it to Ortiz. Couldn't do so. Now it comes out here to center. And the Blue Aces trying to get something going, have their pass intercepted. Benning with it. And Schneider, the Nat, goes after it again. Benning sends one up.
Ortiz back to Benning.
And back to Benning. Benning has three guys on him now. He does the right thing, gets rid of it. Bell sends it over to Matt Meekin. Matt Meekin back to Smalley. Smalley can send a long one down there if somebody will get down there in position. He sends it to Schilling on the near side. Schilling at the 25. Has two guys on him. Pops one up. Heads one forward. Great idea, but nobody was home. And they're saying the ball went out of play anyway. It's going to be a throw in for East High, and you need to put your paper up over your thing. Oh, that's you.
Is that me?
I'm sure that's you.
Yeah,
it's much better.
It is me. It's not me. It's you.
Solis centers one. Schneider sends it wide to Matt Meekin. Matt Meekin, 45-40, 35. Into the Grizzly bench. And back to Smalley. This one's going to go over the goal line. That was that tipped out? Yes, it was. Corner kick for Northwest. I thought it might be the way it went over.
Martin is coming in, taking off Schilling, as well as number 6 for East, Ashton McClellan.
McClellan, who some people allegedly think scored a goal in this game.
I believe it was him. I believe it was 2 number 6s who scored. Him and Calvin.
I'm not buying it.
I am.
In the air it goes. Oh, and Martin was trying to get the header on it. Garcia did a nice job of intercepting it.
If he would have let that go, Martin was there.
Yeah, that would have been a goal. Grizzlies get it back. Schneider with it on the far side.
Schneider is playing very high up.
Schneider has it again.
He's an attacking mid,
Ortiz
playing as
with
a
it.
false 9.
Guys need to spread out and then get a ball to the open man. Soto's over there in his own zip code.
I know.
And they need to get the ball to him somehow. Throw in comes in for the Grizzlies. Bell with it. Benning sends one up the far side, and all the open men are on the near side. Bell again, a long one off the goal post of the football upright. That'll be a goal kick for East High. We'll take 10 seconds and be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is brought to you by Central Wine and Spirits, 10,030 West Central. All your wine and liquor needs with friendly, old-school customer service.
On the far side, ball's kicked onto I-15, and we'll see if a tractor-trailer driver stops to retrieve the ball for us.
Did it actually go all the way over?
I think it did.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that ball's not coming back anytime soon. Actually, there's a way to get over there, but you have to go out the gate and then walk all the way around the perimeter fence to get over there.
Or you could jump the fence.
Or jump the fence.
I would say jump the fence.
You think?
Easier.
Garcia punts it. Short. Very short.
Oh, Benning.
And here we go. Here's a chance. Oh, too far.
Urbano is all the way back. Braden is just playing great today.
Evan Locke will pick this one off, and it will be a goalkeeper distribution. Ball goes out of play and back into East High. He sends one forward. That one's chipped out by Matt Meekin. To center, who's going to get it?
Ortiz.
One on two, and East High comes away with it.
Martinez with it.
He chips one forward. That's going to be an easy play for Braden. And now a long one by Solis out here toward Soto. And
oh, heads.
I got a beat on this one.
It's too far for you, Kevin.
I scared the ball away.
Okay.
Another demonstration of superior skill on the part of yours truly.
Most definitely.
I know what you're saying at home, folks. How does he do it?
He does not do it. That's the thing.
East High with it, 2 on 4.
5 minutes remaining. Score of 1-1.
And a foul call. We'll take that.
I'll take it. Great job, Calvin.
I'm not a big fan of the call, but I'll take it.
I'll take the call. It looked a little bit
I didn't like the
unmatched.
call. I thought the call was not correct, but
I do. I'm not a ref, though, so I'll say anything in our favor.
Smalley will kick this one. He'll place it at the 49-yard line. There it is in the air. And that's going to go all the way through to Garcia. Garcia snags it. And he'll bring it up to the top of the penalty area where he will punt it. Very high and very short. Calvin Bell gets a header on it. Over here on the near side, East High gets a header on it. Now Soto splitting 2 defenders. That's going to be our ball.
Oh.
Oh, no, bad call. No bad call.
That's number 16 coming in, though.
Well, we'll let him sub in Mr. Pizarro, but
beside
that was that should have been our ball.
I do not agree with the ref right now.
Well, they had a better view of it than we did.
Maybe, I guess, even though we're right in front of it.
Shh. It sounded better when I said it.
I know. That's why I went into ruin it.
Soto with 2 guys. One of them just dumps him.
Oh,
and there's
you're kidding me.
I don't believe it.
You're kidding me.
Oh, Soto just got dumped.
He's going to complain about that on the way back home.
I'm sure he will. Okay, here's a long one for East High, and Sauter is there. And Sauter is fouled. Oh, my gosh.
Gosh, this is some favoritism right now, I think. No, Isaac.
You're a shot and a score. I knew that would happen. Two missed fouls and a goal.
Okay, Isaac. That was the worst thing. 2 missed fouls.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
Grizzlies on the bad luck end of a couple of calls.
Very on the back end.
That ball should never have gotten down there.
I know.
So the Grizzlies are going to have to come from behind with 3 minutes to go.
Today's senior festivities, please make your way behind the East High School bench now. Once again, behind the East High School bench now. Thank you.
Grizzlies have it on the kickoff. Now they trail 2-1. On the far side, Grizzlies trying to work it up. is a big problem.
This is not going good.
Great tackle by Braden Sauter.
That was Tony.
Oh, that was Tony, excuse me. I'm looking into the sun here. I can't see anything. It was still a great tackle.
It was.
Now Sauter has it at center. He'll send a long one up the middle. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second half. This one's going to head into the sellout crowd of Northwest patrons. And
you call that
is
one?
dumped again.
You call that one, but you can't call the other one. That's
free kick for Northwest, and then we have no balls because all the balls are over here behind us.
Time stoppage.
And they stop the clock at 1:52 because there's nobody's got a ball to play with. Now they're sending one from the far side, and it will be thrown back here to Tyler Smalley for the throw-in. Oh, it's a foul. I thought it was a throw-in. I didn't realize they'd call the foul. I didn't see them call a foul. Oh, that's right. That was the foul on Soto.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I need someone to score right now, please. I will give you $5.
There's serious. One in front and bouncing around off the top of the net.
Almost an own goal.
Yeah, went off the top of the net. So it will be a corner kick for Northwest.
Soto.
And Soto's hustling over to take it. 90 seconds to go. Grizzlies trying to get a goal and maybe force overtime. Loose in front. Benning couldn't control it. Ball's loose in front.
Take a shot, Tyler. Someone take a shot.
Benning has it at center. There's a long blast.
Oh,
and a
Eli.
save by Garcia.
Eli.
That'll be a corner kick for Northwest. They have 1 minute to go.
Eli's both shots should have gone in.
Loose in front. Garcia makes a save. Smalley sends one wide. That'll be a goal kick for East High, and that's.
I think that might
be doom and gloom unless we can intercept this one.
This is sad.
Garcia will take his sweet time.
How much time's left? 30 seconds.
30 seconds to go. Out here to center. Smalley with it. He chips one forward. Loose in front. Ortiz can't get it. Bell's shot is blocked. That's going to go out of play. That'll be a corner kick for Northwest, and there's only 10 seconds to go.
I think that's it.
Quickly, they set it and take it. In the air it goes, and that'll do it. Garcia makes a save on the last shot of the game, and the Grizzlies are going to fall 2-1.
Hold on. I'll be back.
And they will come up short. They will come up short on their quest to win a City League title. They finished third in City League, and it's a shame that the Grizzlies did not get a better break here in the put the halftime bunch up. That the Grizzlies did not get a better break. I don't like to argue. I don't like to pick on refs, but I'm going to tell you that there were two very questionable non-calls in that second half that led to that goal, and that goal should never have been scored. You ready? All right, we're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back. We'll wrap this up and get things launched for the JV contest, so stay with us. More soccer to come here on the Northwest YouTube channel. Stay with us.
Friendly is finding a better rate, an instant debit card, scholarships and teacher grants for projects, loans specifically for teachers and healthcare professionals, being the #1 auto lender for a reason. More than $400,000 in community partnerships. Credit Union of America. Welcome to Friendly. Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Shall we book it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Mount Hamilton Ford. Have you been thinking about a new SUV? Right now is a great time to buy a new Ford at the big corner of 119th and West Kellogg. EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition. Mount Hamilton Ford is sure to have the right vehicle to fit your size. And you know you can count on us with this great selection to find the right SUV at the best price to fit your budget. Check us out online or in person. Let us make your purchase easy with pickup and delivery right from your home or work. Mount Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Okay, before I start, and we're back, folks. Give me 1 second here to do a little bit of directing. Find the JV intro in the commercial pack and get ready to launch it. We're going to be competing here with the senior night festivities in just a moment as the PA speakers are directly behind us. So let's just summarize and tell you that the Grizzlies fall here today 2-1 to the East High Blue Aces. And I know it's a disappointing loss, but the Grizzlies could not put the ball in the hole, and you can't expect to win with by scoring only one goal in the game. So I honestly expected this game to go into overtime, and it obviously did not, as East High scored late in the second with 3 minutes to go. They put one in on a goal that, quite frankly, should never have been scored. I'm going to leave it at that. Grizzlies finished their season 10-5-1. That's a darn good. That's a darn good season. That's a .667 winning percentage, and you can't. We're certainly not going to fault them for that. The downside of it is they finished the season on a 3-game winless streak, and that is not a good thing. They lost their last 2. They tied the one before that. And they lost the one before that. So they lost 3 of their last 4 and tied the other one. And that's not the way you want to start your playoff run. So what we would anticipate as far as playoffs are concerned is this. The Grizzlies will get a home game on Tuesday, and we will be on the air at 5:30 with the pregame show for Tuesday night 6 o'clock kickoff. In all likelihood, we will travel for the second game either on Thursday or Friday. And I can't tell you whether we're going to be webcasting the second game or not. Just don't know. We're too far away, and there's still too much that has to be sorted out before we can make that final determination. So that's it. for the varsity contest, Grizzlies fall 2-1 to the East High Blue Aces. The junior varsity game will start here in mere moments. Stay with us. Plenty more soccer on the Northwest YouTube channel.
When I was a child, we'd go to the original Credit Union of America on Ellis Street, and they'd always give me a red lollipop.
My car needed repairs, and my mechanic delivered the news that it was going to cost quite a bit more than I had planned for.
I love my job as a teacher, but it can be tough. Recently, I received a box filled with classroom supplies from Credit Union of America.
It all started with the lollipop.
It all started with a box of school supplies.
It started with a personal loan, but today,
Credit Union of America
is so much more to me.
Where will you start? Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambleton Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proven it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon, and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Gleason, Gooing, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now with our new location at 3636 Northridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jen Shoemaker families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product and promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
And welcome back to East High, ladies and gentlemen, where the Grizzlies fall here today. 2-1. Let's see if I can get a good shot of what I want to get a shot of here. And it is right. Where is it? There it is. I'm doing this sitting down. Bear with me here. I should have done this before we came back live. And
he is walking with Yara Sosa and Ramon Lumbreras. He has played 4 years, and his future plans are continuing.
Grizzlies fall 2-1. They end up.
His favorite memory is when you hear swore.
They end up third in City League behind Bishop Carroll and East. East wins a share of the title with Carroll, if I have my math correct on that. And Grizzlies finish third. Disappointing. It's just been a disappointing last week and a half. They just haven't been able to put it together scoring-wise, and that was evident again today. The scoring just wasn't there when they needed it today as well. So, they need to find first of all, they need to flush this one down the toilet. The season's over. It's an all-new year for them starting.
He has played 4 years.
It's an all-new year for them starting next week. So,
and his favorite memory is scoring his first varsity goal. Number 7, Yair Navarrete.
it's kind of hard to compete with the PA right behind me during the senior night festivities, and he may have been the last one. He was the last one. They had a bunch of seniors on this team, as did Northwest. And Northwest will have to regroup next year.
Hey guys, if you haven't noticed, the voice behind all of these announcements is your coach. I just wanted to get real with you real quick and just from the bottom of my heart, thank you and your parents and your family for not only producing someone like you, who's a leader and has done so much for not only this school but this program, but also just thank you for the smiles and the good attitude and the questions and the want and pursuit of being a better human being, both on the field and off the field. That's what we're all about here at Wichita East. And you guys are the reason why we have that standard and why we are able to carry that in and day out. Hopefully this program has taught you something or given you something that you can take into your next phase of life, whether it be soccer or whether it just be life. But if you ever need anything, you're always welcome here. You always have a family here. And I love you guys. So thank you. And I can't wait to see where life takes you. That concludes today's senior festivities. Please stick around for the reserve game versus Northwest, which will be starting very shortly. Thank you.
You were listening to head coach Fred Koepp, who made a very, very nice speech and very well done.
All right, so starters are the ones that have the ones up and down.
Oh, okay.
And he only had one roster sheet, so I did grab my phone and we had to take a picture of it.
He didn't give you a roster?
He only had one roster sheet.
How can anybody go around with? How can anybody have only one copy of their roster? Okay, well, Sussana is going to be handicapped in this second game as she's about to take the microphone here and give you the play call of game number 2 because she will not have a roster. There's no roster for East.
I'm going to get a picture of it if that works.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Aiden.
Quite frankly, if you don't mention an East High player the entire game, you will not break my heart because there's no reason that, first of all, they didn't send us one, and secondly, that he only carries one copy. That's just ridiculous. So, having said all of that,
Yes.
How are you?
He's a little upset.
I can understand that. So, tough day. JV game will be starting here in mere moments, and we're going to turn this one over to Sussana Ontiveros. You can give them our starters.
Oh, our starters?
I'm going to turn my mic off.
Okay.
Here's Sussana. Enjoy the game, folks.
Number 1 in goal, Johnny Hugh. Number 2, Brett Anderson. Number 6, Craig Camrick. Number 5, Javier Rico Lopez. Number 7, David George. Number 8, Kevin Gonzalez. Number 10, Brighton Davis. Number 13, Isaac Featherston. Number 18, Christopher Correa Sandoval. Number 20, Miles Bemis. Number 25, John Lee. Number 22, Max Nunez. And number 14, Jared Arevalo. Okay, guys. He has left me alone. Well, anyways, this is my game, but... Huh? No, they don't get warm-ups. No, since it's without lights, they just go straight into it. Are you recording? Okay. I wasn't sure. You guys, it was a sad game. I think we're all a bit disappointed. I know Martin is. Sure has told me. But in general, I think they had a great season. They had multiple opportunities. It was good. Anyways. After. Go, sit down, I don't care. Then move it over here, babe. Okay, we are starting up. I don't know why they already started the clock. I think the girls up there are having a bit of issues. They sure were. Okay, I don't really need a roster because I already know all our team's names, and they didn't give me a JV or East, so that's great. Anyways, why is she starting it at 12? Okay, there we go. They got it. It is sunny. Starting it up, East. Not quite sure what player, but on the near side. East controlling, applying some pressure is Featherston. Femis. Long ball being sent. Lee commits a foul already. That was interesting. Literally in less than 20 seconds.
I don't care if she doesn't mention their names.
It's there, but it's dead.
You're not going to be able to read it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, though, Aiden. Okay. It is a foul, and it will be a free kick for East. We are awaiting this. Not quite sure what we're waiting for exactly, but waiting for something. Okay, there we go. There's the whistle. Free kick taken towards the center of the box. Rico Lopez gets a touch on that, trying to send it forward. George on the far side, applying some pressure. Got it momentarily, but gets it taken off of his foot. Arevalo applying some pressure as well. East is controlling it. As far as we have gone in. A shot. Shot was taken. Still in play, apparently. Not quite sure how, but still in play. So, or is it? No, it went out. It went out. We'll do it next one, because I got lost. Really did not know whether that went out or not. Nuno's taking this goal kick, sending it up towards Correa Sandoval, heading it forward towards George. George applying some pressure. East controls it, sending it up. Arevalo is there to cut it off, trying to get it to Davis. His pass gets cut off. Far side goes out of play and into the East bench, and it will be a throw-in for your Grizzlies. Thrown in quickly on the foot of an East player in the back line, sending it forward. Davis applying some pressure, sending it to the far side. Getting a ball up, trying to send a through ball. Nuno's is there, as well as two East players applying some pressure. Will go over the goal line for a goal kick. Not quite sure where Aiden went. Okay, Aiden's not there. We're just... It was a goal kick, but yeah. Anyways, Nuno's will take it. We'll take it short, sending it to Lee on the near side to his left. Switching the field, getting it to Arevalo. Arevalo gets dispossessed. He commits a foul, not called. Ooh, looked like a foul to me. He's still in possession. Maybe that could be why. Far side. Sending it back. If you guys did not hear, I do not have a roster for East's JV. I only have their varsity. And that will not help out at all. Anyways, Featherston with it. Sending it across. Got shoved off the ball, but tried to get it to George. George applying some pressure. As well as Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez got stepped on. He kind of went down. He's still down momentarily. Through ball being sent. Nuno's is there to get it out of bounds. Throw-in will be taken around the 25-yard for East. Long kick was sent out by Arevalo. Correa Sandoval applying some pressure. Won it back. It's a 1v3. Rico Lopez joining in. Looking for some help, sending it back to Davis. Davis trying to send it to Correa Sandoval. East will just clear it over the goal line. And it will go out for a throw-in on the near side for Bemis. Bemis looking for someone to throw it into. Goes to Featherston. Featherston getting it to the center of the field. Gets it back. Featherston still with this. And he cross in. Went out of play, though, before that. And it'll be a goal kick. And we will be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We are grateful to Kathy Morris of 1881 Liquors in Council Grove for her support of Grizzly Soccer on the web.
Standing. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, ball is being played. Bem's coming up to send it forward. Trying to get to Featherston. East will let it go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for them. Throw-in being taken. Featherston going up there to apply some pressure. Davis sends a lobbing ball forward. Correa Sandoval couldn't get there. The only person who did get there is the goalie. Not quite sure who he is. Maybe he's the second varsity goalie. Not sure, but Bemis on the near side gets the ball up to Anderson. Anderson, Featherston. Featherston looking for some help. Gets past one, trying to get past two. Gets it to the center of the field. Correa Sandoval doing a 1-2. It will go off of an East player, and it'll be a throw-in for your Grizzlies. Bemis will come up to take it. Throw-in being sent in to Featherston. Long clearance. Bemis gets a head on it, getting up to Featherston. Featherston looking for some help. It's dispossessed as ball goes out of play off of a East player. So off of Bemis, and it'll be an East throw-in. Throw-in taken. Being played forward. East in control, sending it to the center of the field. Rico Lopez comes back to help. Sending it up to George. George looking for some help. Ball will go all the way back to the goalkeeper, and he will send it out towards the far side. Arevalo applying some pressure, trying to get it back. Anderson getting in there. Gets dispossessed. Rico Lopez coming back to help. Anderson wins it back. Sending it to Featherston. Featherston over to Davis on the near side. Davis making a good run, keeps it in play. Tries to get it back to Featherston, goes out of play though first, and it'll be an East throw-in. Featherston heads it to Anderson in the center of the field, to Rico Lopez. Lopez to George on the far side, to Correa Sandoval, back to George, two ahead for George, and it'll go out for a throw-in for East. Throw-in taken, goes into the far side. George is there, getting it to Davis. Davis to Correa Sandoval. Sandoval gets dispossessed. East comes back with it. Bring it up, number 7, as Arevalo cuts that off. Sending it to Rico Lopez, back to Arevalo. Arevalo trying to send Correa Sandoval, sends it too long for him, and it will go out for, it will go to him for a goalkeeper distribution. Sending it to the near side. Featherston applying some pressure, stays in play. Bringing it up the near side. This pass goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Bemis. Bemis throwing it into Featherston. Featherston heads it on. Featherston back on it, sending a cross in. Rico Lopez, if he can control it, he can take a shot. His shot is blocked. On the far side, Davis sending it to Arevalo, gets cut off. East coming up with it. Bemis will clear it out as he kicks it out momentarily. Anderson applying some pressure to win it back. East in possession. East on the near side as Featherston cuts that off. Trying to get it to the center of the field to a White, but can't. Lee tries to clear it. Ball is in a dangerous area. And Lee is down. Not quite sure what happened there, but he is down. He's not moving. You know what? Aiden, find a commercial. Yeah, they're gonna need a sub and time stop. Are you ready? Okay, we'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Whole marketing campaign of this property and sold right to me.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think this is it.
Okay, hi guys, we're back. We are still getting Lee attended to. He is slowly getting up. He is getting some help getting up. Not quite sure what happened. I just saw him go down. So that's what happened in my point of view, but probably wrong anyways. He is still on the field. He is standing now, but he's being crowded around by players, so not quite sure what is happening. He will be helped off. He's being helped off, and Camrick came in for him. Number 6, Craig Camrick, will join the defensive line, taking him off. Lee is going to be carted over to the bench, probably 2 athletic trainers with them. So it's a corner kick for East. Corner kick taken, goes very long, goes over and through everyone on the far side. Still in play though with East. Sending it back to their center back. Him trying to get across in. Correa Sandoval deflects it. Good job by him. Trying to find some help. East sending it up. Goes off of Camrick and out of bounds. So it will be a throw-in around the 20-yard line, 25. Throw-in taken. Goes into Rico Lopez. He intercepts that. He tries to keep it. Goes back to an East player. George applying pressure on the far side. Camrick trying to get it out of play. Good job by him to get it out. It still is in possession of East though, around the 10-yard line. Getting it in to on the far side. East still controlling, trying to get a cross in. It went over, and it'll be a goal kick. And we will be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West, Mays, Kansas, 67101. Proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer.
Ball on the far side. We missed a bit, but nothing huge. Good save by Johnny. Great save by Johnny on a good shot. Could have been a goal scoring opportunity, but Johnny is there. It will go out for a corner kick. Corner kick on the far side. East will take this. Corner kick taken. Headed on. It is a goal. Number 11 is your goal scorer. Can't tell you who. Not quite sure who number 11 is, but he just scored. So score of 1-0, 17:30 remaining in this first half. Correa Sandoval starting this back up, sending it to Anderson. Anderson to Davis. Davis to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez trying to get past 2 players. Gets it back to Davis. Davis still with it, looking for some help. To Bemis on the near side. Bemis. He gets his ball taken out, but Arevalo is there. Bemis back to Arevalo. Arevalo sending it up towards Featherston. Bit too far for him. East in control of it. Featherston, a good job applying some pressure. Oh my gosh, ow. Ball is in possession of East on the 40-yard line. Long kick taken. Arevalo heads it away. Still with an East player though, trying to send it all the way back, and they do. Anderson comes in, tries to get it taken away. As the ball is on the far side, Camrick will kick it up towards Correa Sandoval. Correa Sandoval applying some pressure. It will go out off of him, and it will be a throw-in for East. Throw-in taken. Anderson on the far side applying some pressure. Camrick, a good job to get in there to get it out. Ball in possession right in front of us with Davis. Davis trying to get it up to Featherston, a bit behind him, and Featherston wasn't really there. He'll be sub, so Memphis Estrada will come in, as well as Julian Garcia and an East player. Correa Sandoval and Davis come out. Throw-in was taken, sending it all the way back to their East defender. Near side, still in play. Little 1-2, another one. That one doesn't work. Anderson gets past 2, getting it to Rico Lopez. Lopez to Garcia. Garcia, Featherston could take a shot or cross it. He crosses it all the way to the other side to George. Goes off of an East player who kicked it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for your Grizzlies. Throw-in taken into Rico Lopez. His touch is unfortunate, and it'll go to an East player. East still coming up with it. They have had most of the possession, and right now Rico Lopez has it, giving it to George. George passes it behind Estrada, but Anderson comes back up with it, sending it to Featherston. Featherston keeps it in play, a good job. Looking for some help, sending it back to, trying to get it to Bemis. An East player will kick it out off of Bemis, and it'll be a throw-in for East. Throw-in taken. Estrada gets in there, getting it to Featherston. Goes off of an East player. It'll be a Grizzlies throw-in. Number 4, Colby Chege, will check in for the Grizzlies, as well as an East player. Throw-in taken, goes deep towards Garcia. Garcia trying to get it. Ball is cleared out. Anderson is there trying to apply some pressure. Still in control with East. Rico Lopez gets it. Bemis will get it off of an East player, and he'll go out for a throw-in, and he will take it. Bemis taking a throw-in about 40-yard line. An incorrect throw-in. To me, it never went in, but apparently it did, and they will turn it over. And it'll be a throw-in for East now around the 40-yard line. 2 subs for East come in. Throw-in being taken about 50-yard line, 45. East in control of it. Featherston applying some pressure. They go back to the near side. Still in control. East sends it behind his player. Garcia applying some pressure. Colby Chege comes up trying to get it, applying some pressure on the far side. Still fighting for it. Gets it to Rico Lopez, who gets it to Anderson. Anderson sending it to Camrick. Back to Rico Lopez. Lopez to Garcia. Ball is being cleared out. Featherston comes back to get it. A good little move by him. Sending it to Estrada. Estrada coming up. He has 2 people on him. Trying to get a cross in. A weak cross in went out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. And we'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West, Mays, Kansas, 67101. Proud sponsors of Grizzly Soccer.
Kenneth Pint coming in for your Grizzlies. Oh my gosh, it sound like that. Goal kick just being taken on the far side, sending it up. Colby Chege applying some pressure. Sending it back to their goalie is East. Oh, a good move to get past Garcia. As Garcia was pressuring him, Nuno's clears it up towards Featherston trying to get it. Estrada. Estrada still applying some pressure, goes all the way back to East, sending it to the center of the field, still in control. Garcia going up to apply some pressure. They send it all the way back to their goalie, who sends it to his center back on the near side. Long ball being sent. Arevalo is there to clear it, getting it up towards Anderson. Anderson to Estrada. Estrada sending it back to Bemis. Bemis to Anderson. Anderson sending it to Chege on the far side. He sends it to Pint. Pint back up towards Chege. It will be cleared out into... Oh, wait, no, it's still in play. Far side, Anderson sending it up towards Garcia. Chege getting involved. Trying to win it back. East still in possession, still in play as well. Rico Lopez getting in there. It goes off of him and out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for East. Throw-in taken. An incorrect throw-in. It fell right out of his hands. Accidentally, but it still counted, I guess. So Pint took this throw-in, back in possession with East. Nuno's will clear that out, and it goes out of play, and it'll be a East throw-in about the 40-yard line. Ball goes down about 20 yards. Pint will get a throw-in. Looking for someone to throw it into. Getting it to Anderson. Anderson back to Pint. Sending it to Nuno's. Nuno's, Anderson, back to Pint. Goes out of play off of Pint, and it'll be a throw-in for East. Throw-in taken. Cross being sent in off of Arevalo's back. Nuno's is trying to clear it. He is still going, getting it to Featherston. Featherston gets it a move. Estrada trying to get it back. East in possession. Sending another through ball. Arevalo could be there, so heading it back to Johnny. That's a smart idea. Headed it back to Johnny for a goalkeeper distribution. Distribution comes out past the 50-yard line and out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for East. Eight minutes remaining, score of 1-0 in favor of East. Anderson heads it up towards Estrada and Garcia. Garcia getting it to Estrada. Still fighting for it. Garcia gets it back. Sending it to Chege in the center of the field. Chege to Pint. Pint gets his pass intercepted. Bemis intercepts East's pass coming up. Bemis goes down as well as an East player. East back in possession with it on the near side. Sending a through ball. Nuno's is there as well as Pint and an East player. Nuno's gets it. Looking for some help. Getting it to the center of the field with Anderson. Anderson up to Rico Lopez. Lopez gets an unfortunate touch, and it will go off to an East player. They send it all the way back to their goalkeeper. Sending it up to the center of the field to a wide open East player. They send it back. They're just trying to keep some control here, I believe. April, watch heads. If you guys didn't see that, you guys almost just got knocked out. Anyways. Leal is coming in as well as Size coming in for Featherston and Rico Lopez. Jeremiah Leal and Matias Size as Bemis is trying to warm his hands up a little bit before taking this throw. It's very cold out here, you guys. I don't like it. I hate the cold, but I hate the hot more. You get me? Maybe you guys don't. Maybe you guys like the cold, but personally, I don't. On the far side, Chege sending it back to Pint. Pint trying to get it back up to Chege. Gets dispossessed. He's coming up with it. It is a 3v6, but it will go off of an East player and out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Bemis. Bemis is throwing in towards Estrada. Estrada still fighting hard for it. Saez gets involved in there. Estrada gets it, keeps it. Sending it to Leal, goes a little bit behind Leal, and he'll go out of play for an East throw-in. Isaac Alvarez-Davalos checking in for your Grizzlies. As well as some East players, not quite sure their names, so throw-in will be taken about the 10-15 yard line. Throw-in will be taken by East. Anderson sending it up towards Garcia. Only East players there, though. In possession in the center of the field. Arevalo comes up, sends it to Estrada. Estrada looking for some help. Getting up towards Leal. Leal coming with it. Trying to get past one. Gets past one. Gets dispossessed on the second one. East is coming back up with it. Long ball being sent. Nunez is there to semi-clear it. Oh, he is chucked from behind. That's unfortunate. It's a free kick, though, off of that foul. Arevalo will take it. Taking it short, sending it to Pint on the near side, keeping it on the ground. Sending it to Anderson. Anderson tries to get past two, gets past one, and gets dispossessed. East in control. Arevalo cuts off the through ball, sending it to Leal on the near side. Leal getting past one. He has two players on him now. Garcia applying some pressure as East gets in control, sending a through ball. He is onside, apparently. Apparently onside, but Nunez is there to clear it, as well as Arevalo. Bit of double teaming there. Nunez gets it up towards Leal. His pass gets intercepted. East coming up, gets past one. Nunez is there to clear the pass, the cross, I mean. Clearing it up, ends up on the foot of an East player. Bemis trying to get some possession, gets dispossessed. Through ball being sent, nobody went for it except Bemis, Nunez, and an East player, but it'll go out of play for a goal kick, and we'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We wish to thank Scott Mueller and Basis Consulting Engineers, LLC, 800 East 1st, Suite 401. Proud supporters of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Sorry, guys. Goes out of play for a throw-in for Anderson. Anderson will take this. 2 minutes remaining. Bemis has come up towards a winger position, I believe, as Correa Sandoval drops back. Throw-in taken. On the near side goes out off of an East player, and it'll be a throw-in for Correa Sandoval. Taking it short, getting it to Anderson. Anderson's pass gets dispossessed. Here comes East with it. Correa Sandoval trying to clear it. East ends up with it. Far side, Pint trying to get it to it. Gets it. Player is down, though. He seems to be hurting. They will stop the clock, and unless he gets up right now, then I will send you guys to commercial. Seems like he's about to get up. Yeah, he's gotten up. We're okay. We'll stay here. Anyways, Lee. I have not seen Lee ever since he went out. I'm not quite sure I see him. I'm not sure if he left, but do I see him on the bench? Yes, I do see him on the bench. He's putting his jacket on. Maybe because it's cold, or maybe because he's done playing. Not quite sure which one, but one or the other. A minute 18 remaining when they start this clock back up and resume play. It is a drop ball. Nuno's carrying it up, sending a cross in towards Bemis. Bemis' touch is still in play, still with him. Center of the field, him trying to get past one. Gets dispossessed, East with it. Leo applying some pressure. Correa Sandoval kicking it back up towards Bemis. Bemis sending it to Saez. Saez gets chucked, but nothing there. Pretty friendly. They got each other back up, but Leo fighting hard for it on the near side. Still in play. It will go out for a goal kick. I believe it will be a goal kick, and we will keep you guys here since there's only 20 seconds left. Score of 1-0 in this first half. That will be about the end of it once he takes this goal kick. So, score of 1-0. Number 11 is your goal scorer. Do I know his name? No, I don't, but we'll be back. I will send you guys to commercial. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Friendly is finding a better rate, an instant debit card, scholarships and teacher grants for projects, loans specifically for teachers and healthcare professionals, being the #1 auto lender for a reason. More than $400,000 in community partnerships. Credit Union of America. Welcome to Friendly. Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Mount Hamilton Ford. Have you been thinking about a new SUV? Right now is a great time to buy a new Ford at the big corner of 119th and West Kellogg. EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition. Mount Hamilton Ford is sure to have the right vehicle to fit your size. And you know you can count on us with this great selection to find the right SUV at the best price to fit your budget. Check us out online or in person Let us make your purchase easy with pickup and delivery right from your home or work. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Hi guys, we're back. They are getting an East goalie warmed up over there, so believe there will be a goalkeeper change. Still won't be able to tell you who it is though. 2 minutes 20 remaining in this halftime. It's been an interesting game. Score of 1-0 off of an East goal. Not quite sure what to talk about since we do not have any more games left besides regionals for varsity. I'm wondering if we're going to travel or we're going to have home games, but if we travel, I'm not quite sure if I'm going, you guys. Like out of town. Huh? I know. I know, April. April over here telling me I'm live. Like, that's maybe why I'm talking. What else would I be talking to? Myself? Well, basically I am. Basically am talking to myself. Seems kind of lonely. You know? You get me? Anyways, you guys. I'm bored. Not bored. I'm tired. Like, my legs hurt. He is warming himself up. They are warming up this goalie. He's running. Refs are back on the field. I believe they will probably get teams back on the field any second now, as there is less than a minute left in this halftime. Grizzlies will be playing left to right this half. They will be against the wind, maybe? Not quite sure. I think they'll be against the wind. So, they do not have the wind as they had it first half. But the wind is like dying down, picking up, but it's cold. That's all I can tell you. Let me see if I can find it. What's the temperature? It's 48 degrees. It is cold. I am very cold. My hands are like frozen together. Not together, but like, you know.
That's good. I will get out of your guys' way. Okay.
Thank you.
Tell some good stories. If you need some good ones about him, I can get some.
Grizzlies are back on the field as I'm getting told to tell you guys some stories. Not quite sure what stories to tell. But both teams back on the field. Who is that? Featherston standing over the ball. Bit of changes for this starting lineup. They took out, who did they take out? Did they take out Lopez? No, they took out Correa Sandoval. Wait, no they didn't. Oh my gosh, what kind of a lineup is this? This is so confusing for me. I think it's all the same starting players, just that they're moved around a bit. Anyways, Bemis on the near side. Up to George. George trying to get it to Rico Lopez, gets dispossessed. Rico Lopez gets it back to Davis. Davis trying to get it to Correa Sandoval on the far side. Munoz with it. Sending a ball in the air. Headed away momentarily as Grizzlies get it back. Sending a through ball to Estrada on the far side. Estrada will let the ball go out of play off of an East player, and Davis will come up to take the throw-in. Actually, Anderson will. They'll leave the throw-in for Anderson. Long throw-in being taken, gets to the foot of an East player. Oh, Arevalo went down hard. I believe he tripped on the ball. He seems to be okay. I thought his knee went in, but thankfully it didn't. Featherston sending it up to the near side with George. George looking for some help. He is right on the line. Gets it off of an East player. That's very fortunate. Good idea, too, because he was being very pressured. Bemis getting up to take this about 15-yard line on East's side. Rico Lopez keeps it in play, gets it off of an East player, will get out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for your Grizzlies about 5-yard line. Goes all the way through, goal scoring opportunity. No one was there to take a shot, but East players were there, so Nunez's clearance gets taken off of. Here comes East. He overlet himself. Oh! Johnny was there. Johnny dropped the ball. Could have been very bad. Bemis getting up towards Rico Lopez. Goes off of Lopez, and it will be an East throw-in. Throw-in being taken. Short. George getting up back to Bemis. Gets dispossessed. Rico Lopez trying to come back to join. Still with the East players. East looking for a spot, for some space to take a shot. One will overlead another, and it will go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Bemis about the 10-yard, 15-yard line, around there. Throw-in taken towards Rico Lopez, ends up on the foot of an East player. East in control, trying to send it across, gets blocked. Estrada gets in the center of the field to Correa Sandoval on the far side. Sandoval sending it up, getting it to, oh, I cannot see, the sun is right in my way. Anyways, East ends up back with it, 40-yard line, 35, gets fouled. Fouled about 30-yard line. Foul is called. It will be a free kick. Trying to out who will take this, as they are all looking over to their coach, asking if they can take it. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I'm so scared to take free kicks of any sort, or goal kicks. Thankfully, I don't. So, very glad about that part. I don't have a good kick. Personally, I don't think I do, so I don't take them. But free kick will be taken by number 19 on East. Kick taken towards the back post, just a bit wide. It will go out of play for a goal kick, and we'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is brought to you in part by the Ron and Christy McMeekin family, proud supporters of Grizzly Soccer.
Goal kick was taken. Rico Lopez with it on the near side. Getting past two. George sends it back up towards him. Gets cleared out by an East player. George will come up to take a quick throw-in towards Rico Lopez. Goes past two players. Lopez still applying some pressure, as well as Featherston. Lopez has it, sending it to George near side. Back to Lopez. Rico Lopez sending it to Davis. Davis gets dispossessed. Anderson coming back to apply some pressure. Oh, Arevalo. Absolutely chucked. Gets the ball back momentarily, but Bemis gets it back up. Sending it up, trying to get a through ball in. Rico Lopez with it. Tries to get past one, still applying some pressure on the near side. East has it. Davis comes to apply some pressure. Still in possession of East. Bemis gets it, sending it back to Nunez. Nunez looking for a clearance, sends it to George. George to Nunez, good 1-2 right there. Nunez sends a through ball to Featherston. Featherston is onside. Gets past one defender. Oh, a good job by, I can't tell you who, but you did a good job, number 15. That was a good little defensive play. Anyways, ball gets deflected off of Bemis, goes to Featherston in the center of the field. Featherston up to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez still applying some pressure. 24:30 remaining in this second half. Score of 1-0 in favor of East. Bemis will come up to take a throw-in around the 35-30-yard line. Throw-in taken towards Davis. Davis gets it off the chest. Rico Lopez applying some pressure, getting on the near side. East with it, sending it to the center of the field, back to the near side. Anderson blocks that. Rico Lopez sending it to Estrada. Estrada to Featherston on the far side. Featherston coming up, trying to get past one, gets dispossessed. East in control on the far side, sending a through ball up, sending a ball down the line, still in play apparently. Never mind, it did go out of play, so. Who to go out of play off of? So whose throwing is it? Oh, it is your Grizzlies throwing, but I thought it wasn't because a East player subbed in, but they weren't supposed to. They're back on the sideline awaiting their sub in. Estrada, back to Correa Sandoval to Anderson. Anderson to the near side with Bemis. Bemis up to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez sending a through ball to George. George is onside. His cross gets blocked. East with it, getting it back. Near side. Not quite sure what's happening. They're asking Bemis if he is okay. It will be a throw-in favor of the Grizzlies. Bemis seems to be a little wobbling a little bit. Maybe he just did something. Throw-in taken by George to Anderson, still in play. Actually went out of play for a goal kick, and we'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is being brought to you in part by the Tom Lassiter family, proud supporters of Grizzly Soccer in memory of Carla.
Goal kick taken, Rico Lopez with it. Sending it up towards George. George looking for some help, sending a cross in. Davis trying to apply some pressure, East in control. Sending up through ball to the near side. Anderson applying some pressure. Bemis will clear it up towards Featherston. Featherston coming from an offside position. So offsides will be called. It'll be a free kick. About the 23-yard line. Free kick will be taken by number 18 on East. It will be taken short, going to his left. Through ball being sent. Correa Sandoval heads it away. Still on the far side, in control of East. Estrada trying to apply some pressure. Sending it to the center of the field. Estrada cuts that pass off, trying to get past one. Gets dispossessed. Davis trying to get in there to apply some pressure as well. East in control of it. Correa Sandoval kicks it out of play, and it will be a throw-in for East. Throw-in taken. Nuno's is there, and he will clear it out for a corner kick. Corner kick will be on the far side, taken by number 13. Number 13 and number 6 are standing over it, actually. The sun is going behind a tree, so I can kind of see better now. Oh, shot taken, maybe? Rico Lopez. Lopez, a good job. Still getting it. Rico Lopez gets it. Oh, Rico Lopez is called for a foul. I could see that. A little bit too harsh, but it's okay. No card, no nothing, just a free kick. About 20-yard line? 20-yard line, I would say. Number 5 standing over it. for East. They have a wall. In the wall is Revelo, Davis, and Anderson. 3-man wall. Nuno's might join in there. Shot taken. Oh, goes off of the top, off of the bottom of the football goal post, and it will be a goal kick. And we will be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This portion of Grizzly Soccer on YouTube is sponsored by the Kansas Joint and Spine Specialists. 10,100 East Shannon Woods, just off K96. Thanks to Dr. Brad Bruner and his staff.
Has been taken. Near side, George getting it to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez trying to send it back up to George. Gets dispossessed. East coming up with it. Bemis gets involved as well as Rico Lopez. They are trying to apply some pressure and get the ball back. East has it. Goes off of an East player and out of bounds as he sends it behind his other teammate. And it will be a throw-in for Correa Sandoval. Julian Garcia coming in, taking off Memphis Estrada. And Featherston will go from striker to left winger on the far side. A few East substitutions as well, so we're waiting for those to come off as Correa Sandoval is taking this throw-in. Throw-in taken off of Featherston out of play. It'll be a throw-in for East now. On the far side, still in play. Will be an East throw-in, and they will take a substitution. Substitution taken, throw-in taken as well. Arevalo will head it away, and it'll go over the goal line, and it'll be a corner kick on the far side. Number 13 heading over to take it, as well as number 2. Corner kick taken, headed away by Nuno's. East in control of it on the far side will go off of him, and it'll be a throw-in for Featherston. Takes it quickly, trying to get it to Davis. East is there though. East still in possession. Correa Sandoval gets it to Arevalo. George on the near side. Getting it to Bemis, back to George, to not quite sure who. A shot being taken though by East. And it'll go over the goal line for a goal kick, and we'll be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Soccer on the Internet is brought to you in part by Kansas Fence Company, installers of wood, privacy, chain link, ornamental fencing, and automatic gates. Check them out at kansasfence.com.
Goal kick taken on the near side, East with it. It's not important. Rico Lopez applying some pressure. Trying to get it up. Kind of sent a through ball to Garcia. East's goalkeeper, though, will come up to clear it. Bemis coming up with it. 40-yard line, getting it to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez applying some pressure. Davis applying some pressure. East is not ready to get out of their half. They do have a long clearance, so maybe that will help. Davis applying some pressure as East is in control of it on the near side. Will go off of Nuno's and out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for East. 15 minutes remaining in the second half. Score 1-0 in favor of your East Eagles, right? I think they're East Eagles. Not quite sure, but they sure aren't us, so. Few East substitutions. We are waiting for those to come off. Throw-in will be taken on the near side. Short throw-in. Rico Lopez applying some pressure, as well as George trying to get in there. Ball being sent up, headed away by Nuno's, getting it to Davis. Bemis will send it up to Featherston. Featherston's touch was a bit long, and it will go out of play off of him for an East throw-in. Throw-in taken. Featherston heads it away, and it'll go out of play for another throw-in, about 5 yards closer. Ball in play. Bemis gets it up to George. George to Rico Lopez. Lopez to Davis. Trying to get it back up to George. Rico Lopez intercepts that pass, getting up to Garcia. Garcia is tripping. Almost took down an East player with him. But ball is still in play. Correa Sandoval on the far side. Blocks the clearance. Ball in the center of the field with East. Nuno's comes up. Still coming. What happened? I think we have a bloody nose. We might have like a bloody nose or something because they are allowing substitutions. Not quite sure what happened, but a drop ball will be given. 12:46 remaining. Ball is kicked all the way back to the East goalie. He will get a goalkeeper distribution. Short one, short, long, about 50-yard line. Nuno's clears it up. East trying to control it. Chege came in when we weren't paying attention, as well as Size. East with it, goes off of him and out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Bemis. Bemis looking for someone to throw it into about the 45-yard line. Rico Lopez heads it on. Ball still in play, headed out of play by an East player. Throw in for Bemis now. Starting to get a bit dark out here, guys. Maybe they can call this game already. Maybe, just maybe. 12 minutes remaining. East in favor. Score of 1-0. Ball will go out of play off of Chege, and it'll be an East throw-in about 30-yard line, 35. Throw-in taken. Still fighting for it is Bemis. East coming up with it down near side. Rico Lopez gets a foot in there, momentarily taking it away. Still in control of East, though. East on the far side. Trying to send a through ball. No one is there but Johnny. Johnny will pick this up for a goalkeeper distribution. Quick kick taken to the center of the field with Rico Lopez. Lopez gets it to Leo. Leo gets dispossessed. Far side, it'll be a throw-in for Anderson as it went out off of an East player. Throw-in into the center of the field towards Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez applying some pressure as East is in control. Garcia as well, applying pressure. Near side East, bring it down the line. Bemis applying some pressure, getting it up. Anderson getting involved, gets it up towards Chege. Chege keeps it in play. Trying to send a through ball up towards Garcia, bit short. Clearance comes up to Bemis. Anderson to Chege. Chege gets past one, sends a crossing ball. Trying to get it to Leo on the far side, a bit short. Ends up on the foot of an East player, but the through ball was offsides. And offsides will be called. Offsides free kick about the 35-yard line. Nuno's will take this. Setting it towards the near side, towards Bemis and Chege. Chege heads it on. East gets the distribution up. Arevalo trying to clear it. East still with it. Arevalo coming back. It will go off of an East player and out of play. And it will be a goal kick. And we will be back in 10. This is Grizzly Soccer.
This brief timeout is brought to you by the family of Eric and Courtney Jensen, longtime proud supporters of Grizzly Soccer.
David George, Craig Camrick, and Memphis Estrada coming into play. Subbing in. Goal kick taken to the near side. George goes out of play off of George. I don't think he was aware of where he was on the field. So goes out of play, and it'll be an East throw-in. Throw-in being taken about the 10-yard line. Arevalo was fouled inside the box, and it'll be a free kick. There's 8 minutes. 8 minutes left, score 4-0. Rico Lopez heads this on. He's keeping it in play in the center of the field. Sai is applying some pressure. Nuno's a good tackle, getting it up to Arevalo. Arevalo gets past 2 players. Still coming up with it. Still going. Arevalo is going for it, I believe. Gets dispossessed about 30-yard line on East's side. So that was a bit of a long run. He's coming back. Ball goes all the way back to George. George up to Chege. Chege trying to get it up to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez back to Chege. Anderson applying some pressure. On the far side, it'll be a pass back for on the far side for East. East still in control. I know. All of us, all of production crew, Aiden, April, me, freezing out here. I think we're all about to, like, die. You know, like, not die, but, like, freeze. What's it called? Frostbite? Frostbite, maybe? Tuesday, 5:30? Yeah. Okay. Long ball being sent up. Nuno's chasing it, as well as Johnny. Johnny picks it up. We'll get a goalkeeper distribution. Goes to Nuno's. Nuno's to George. George on the near side, getting up. Chege. Chege back to George. Rico Lopez to George. East's clearance goes up towards Arevalo. Arevalo up to Size. Size getting it to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez to Chege. Chege sending a through ball, a good through ball up towards Estrada. Bit long for him. Will go out of play. Ball goes out of play off of an East player. It'll be a throw-in for Grizzlies as Miles Bemis checks in, as well as Jeremiah Leal. Throw-in being taken by Camrick. Rico Lopez sends it back to Arevalo. Arevalo up to Size. Size to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez near side to George. George gets dispossessed. East with it. Sending it to the center of the field. Center of the field. Switching the field. They might switch the field, I think. Sending a through ball. He is on sides, but Arevalo is there to clear it. Getting it to George on the near side. George gets dispossessed in a difficult area, dangerous area. Nuno's gets a foot in there. Anderson as well. Anderson might come up with it. Gets dispossessed. Anderson sending it up to Leal on the far side. Leal gets the ball kicked out of play, and it'll go out for Grizzlies throw-in. I'm freezing, you guys. I cannot tell you how bad it is out here. I've been out here since 2:30, I think. Ball in the back area with Nunez. Nunez up to George. George up to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez gets past one, getting it to Bemis on the near side. Bemis, 3 minutes with 33 seconds remaining. Angel numbers, if you guys didn't know. Anyways, Bemis to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez can take a shot, takes it with his left. Deflected, and it'll end up on the hands of your goalkeeper. Don't know his name. East's goalkeeper. He'll get a goalkeeper distribution towards the center of the field, 43 yards out. East in possession. Arevalo comes up and takes it. Getting up towards Rico Lopez and Saez. Saez gets dispossessed. Bringing it up is East. Arevalo applying some pressure. Anderson trying to get involved. Saez sends it on the far side to Leo. Leo sending it up to Estrada. Estrada keeps it in play, getting heavily pressured. He will get the ball kicked out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Camrick. About 30 yards out, 25. He throws it in quickly to Anderson. Anderson gets the ball kicked out of play. Ball in play with Rico Lopez, sending it to the center of the field to George. Back to Rico Lopez. He can take a shot. His shot's blocked. He takes another one. It's also blocked. On the far side, it is with Leal. Camrick accidentally kicks it out of play, and it'll be out for an East throw-in. 2 minutes remaining in this second half, in this game. I have never been more excited to see 2 minutes on the clock. Hopefully it'd be 10 seconds. I'm freezing. Score of 1-0 in favor of East. Goal scorer number 11. Don't know his name. Can't tell you guys. Don't have a roster. When through ball being sent, Nunez trying to clear it and keep it in play. Still has it. Gets it. He runs out of room on the far side. He kicks it out. And it'll be an East throw-in. Being thrown in. George getting it up towards Leo. Leo still coming up. Saez gets called for a foul. Free kick will be taken about 27 yards out. I know. Free kick was taken almost as a shot. Good save by Johnny. He get his goalkeeper distribution. 35 seconds remaining. Still enough time for us to get a goal, but don't know. It could happen. Leo sending it up to Estrada. Estrada coming into the center of the field looking for some help. Gets past one. Trying to send a through ball to Rico Lopez. Rico Lopez gets intercepted. Estrada still with it. Gets fouled. He goes down hard. Is he okay? He is okay. He's getting up slowly. Far side. East with it. 3, 2, 1. Score of 1-0 in favor of East. You guys, you should tune in Tuesday at 5:30 and